Hello, crypto world. It's your boy Muddy Mo, aka Mr. Bean, coming to y'all with it's old but it's new, a series called the DeFi Crypto Show, and this is episode 1. Clap that up! Ooh, clap that up! Stack that up too! Stack that up! Turning over a new leaf. So for all you guys who are new to Muddy Mo and new to what we do over here. This is a kind of a remix from the old DeFi Crypto Show, but it's still the same thing. We'll be talking about projects that we like that's in the smaller DeFi space, but also we'll be starting with some major subjects in crypto. The key here is to get people excited about crypto. Get your mama, your auntie, and all of them. What I'm saying? We want to get everybody that's around you interested in what's going on here, but also we want to be knowledgeable about the broader scope of crypto. So that's what we're here to do. And today we'll be talking about Coinbase, the new blockchain base. We'll take a look at that and also what Putin's address means for crypto. So this is episode 1. So, y'all kick off your shoes, relax. We're not going to be so long today, but we're going to take our time. Y'all know we walk it down over here. You can't wear no shoes up in here, though. Don't wear no shoes. Oh, relax yourself, man. When you hear your family. So I just appreciate y'all pulling up. So let's get off into it. We're going to talk about Coinbase today. Now, typically, what I've done, and I do the long intros and things like that. And I see you in that chat, team. Appreciate you. Typically, we do long intros and all that stuff. I'm gonna try to cut it down a little bit, but y'all know how I am. Miss Muddy just did something to y'all. Know I tell stories before we get going on. Miss Muddy just did something to me, and it's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like she just shocked me. She knows she got it coming back, but y'all got to keep it fresh in y'all lives and fresh in crypto. Knowing about what's going on in the broader scope of crypto, and then what's going on with these different blockchains and specifically tokens. What the Muddy Crypto movement. Shout out to the good folks at the Muddy Crypto movement. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But the people at the Muddy Crypto movement, we're deeply inside of DeFi to make gains every day. The whole point of what I'm doing here is we're talking crypto, yes, and you guys are excited about tokens, great, but on the broader scale, we really want to bring you inside a world that a lot of you guys might not understand or know, and we're going to bring it to you guys in the perspective of growing yourself and your pockets. Ooh, I like that. Snap that up, Muddy. Ooh, growing your pockets, and not only just that, growing who you are as a person inside. One thing that DeFi showed a lot of us is there's not a lot of good people in the world, right? But if we all come together and we get this growth and develop together, especially with crypto, what the DeFi space means is going to just expand. And then this is getting daily gains and things like that is worth it to bring to other people. It's worth it to bring it to the outside world. So why not do it that way? As always, again, if you're new, this is episode 1 of the DeFi Crypto Show. So if you have any questions, feel free. We try to stay very active with the chat. This is the people show. And, I'm going to talk about a project in just a moment. But for overall, I just want everybody to understand that, what the Money Crypto movement, what, some projects that we're going to talk about. The key is this is for the people. That's really, really, really important. I know me being a 6-year vet, I'm a DeFiologist. I'm what you call a DeFiologist in crypto. But being here for 6 years, I've seen so many personality traits, and I've seen a lot of what not to do. So what we're doing going forward is trying to just be positive and just talk about, paying attention to what not to do, but more or less focusing on what we should be doing. Ooh, let's go. All right, let me check y'all out in that chat in just a moment. I appreciate y'all pulling up. Also, I'm gonna try to do this a little bit early in the day if I can. To me, this is something that I want to do more often. Just come and talking to the people. That's what it's all about. In DeFi and in crypto, we get so caught up sometime on what we like. I heard some people talking about their tokens, and as influencers, I think it's important to have like a media type of person, like what we're trying to bring. That's important, bro. Like people want to hear just the general stuff, and also they don't need what your favorite token is. Now, we got favorites. I'm gonna talk about. I got a favorite too, but also, the favorite token I'm about to, or the favorite contract protocol I'm going to talk about, what it does is it brings you into the entire world, and it helps you have a base. It helps you have a good place to start. All of us need a starting block. Especially in crypto, you try to tell your mom and them about crypto. They're gonna look at you like, what? I don't understand nothing you're talking about. It's hard to onboard people. So the DeFi crypto show and how it's built now is going to be built to onboard new people. I don't care what you know. You don't have to. I don't know what a crypto is. I don't know what a block. People always said, I don't know what you got all this Bitcoin stuff going. It's more than Bitcoin stuff, but me being, or us being understanding of that is really important. We're trying to onboard people into financial systems. And if you're in crypto and you think it's like the stock market, hopefully we can dispel some of those things, but it's much more than that. We have something called smart contracts that, if to put it simply, these smart contracts do the work of a bank or something like that, and everything's self-custody, so you own it yourself. So it's pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. All right, let's get off into it. I'm not holding y'all long. Ooh, that was a nice little time for the intro. I like that. I told the Money Crypto Movement, and we'll talk about them in a moment. I told them we're turning over a new leaf. We're doing some new things. So with new things and new innovations, just comes you have to change. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with change. It's a good time for it. Oh, Tina T. Look at Tina. Money Crypto Movement. Also, Stack Cash board member. Stack that up. Ooh, stack that up. Tina's she's in my head. See, Tina got the batteries and she's in my head. Hey, Mo, so excited to hear what you have to say today. I'm listening, extremely excited about Monday. Ooh, we're going to talk about Monday. Hit that like. Yeah, hey, thank you, Tina. Definitely a money, Mo. Bing. Y'all hit that like. Don't come in here being selfish. Hit that like. Stack that up. Stack Cash. Money Crypto Movement. Ooh, Tina got them on. Definitely get some money mode. Extra. Bing, bing, bing. Ooh, clap that up. Clap that up. All right, let's get off into it. Appreciate Tina. Oh, Tina said, I like that logo. Oh, it's sexy. Yeah, so that logo is the Stack Cash logo, which we'll be talking more about in just a moment. But coming up on Monday, we're going to begin a barrage of information. So, those who are interested in DeFi and getting gains every day, safely, transparent, open source contract, the whole nine, with the best of everything. We'll be talking about that in just a moment. But we got to get to these main things. But thank you, Tina. Yep. Tina, look at Tina. That's Tina that made that logo. Now I ain't gonna take the credit. That's Tina logo. Shout out to Tina for that. Oh, I see you, Ricky O said, pulling up, Muddy. All right, let's get off into it, y'all. We've waited long enough. Let's do it. How y'all feeling today? It's a good Thursday, isn't it? Yes, sir. It feels so good. And I'm just happy to still be around in crypto, and that's why the DeFi Crypto Show, we've kind of changed how we're presenting ourselves, because there's so much need, right? It's bigger than smaller issues or problems or whatever you want to call it. It's bigger than that, we got so much more that we have to give, so why not, put people in the right position to, be a part of what we're a part of. Say you're talking about Coinbase. We're talking about Base, the new blockchain. I need to get y'all that information so you know what's going on. Also, we're going to talk about Putin. Now, one thing about money, let me tell y'all about money. Hold on. I'm a Hexican too. I'm a lot of different things. I'm a melting smorgasbord of different, everything in DeFi, I'm basically a part of it. But I want y'all to understand that, when I talk about these DeFi contracts, I'm coming at a position of, experience and doing it for a long time. So if you're new to what we got going on over here, just stay patient. And I'll keep that towards the end. But we got some big things to talk about. Also, my perspectives are extremely different. This is a lot of times it could be considered the unpopular opinion, but I just want to get your brain cells working. I just want to get your brain moving. You know what I mean? You shake that head, you shake your head. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they tell you stretch yourself out, loosen up. I just want to get your brain cells working, or give you a different way of approaching or thinking about something. I think that's important for people to have different things to think about. Nobody want to think the same all the time. Also, feel free to talk to me in that chat. Say, this is the link tree. I'm not staying long, but this is the link tree. If you want any projects that I'm in are heavily at the top of the link tree, but everything's here. We got a whole bunch of stuff. Also, how to get into crypto and DeFi if you wanted to do that. But also, the main thing at the very top is anywhere you can contact me. The best place is gonna be Telegram. So contact me right here in the Money Crypto Movement. This is a Telegram group that's phenomenal. Good people over there. So yeah, check us out if you want to talk about crypto, DeFi, or if you have any basic questions. Somebody asked me, "Hey man, what is blockchain?" I'm like, "Oh, we got to go all the way back." No problem. That's what we're here to do. All right, moving right along. So this coming Monday, thank you, Tina, for making me remember that. This coming Monday, we got something very, very special in store for y'all. Listen. You gotta put your top hat on and your blazers, whatever nice stuff. Girls, you wear your heels. This is it. Listen, Monday we got something very, very special that's going to start. All right. So on Monday, we got Stack Cash is going to be being presented by the community members. So Stack Cash is a DeFi smart contract protocol, right? It basically allows everybody to pay themselves. It makes you get your own gains and it makes you earn rewards. Not only just that, it's all democratic. So from top to bottom, we have a board and committee and a general DAO that, everything is voted on. Everything is transparent. Ooh, stack that up. Stack it up. And the special people that's behind this project, we call ourselves Stagnation, right? There's no big eyes, no little U's. Muddy, I'm just an architect. Y'all know I'm a DeFiologist. I'm just an architect. But we all run this thing. So this is just phenomenal. I want y'all to come check me out. I got the link tree in the description. Go check me out. We got to handle business first. Then we go talk about the fun subjects. I got to. But we got to handle business because, I'll talk DeFi later in the show. But as far as DeFi is concerned, this is veteran DeFi users and going to be veteran influencers and veteran developers behind this. So this is basically a culmination of everything that a DeFi user will want in a crypto project. Longevity, safety, gains, daily gains, monthly gains, like a paycheck. I'm giving too much away. Let me stop. Stop, money, doing too much. Come to the link tree. Come check us out. You got to be early. You can be early now, and there's a lot of benefits to that. If you're new to any kind of thing in crypto or DeFi, just know that it's always best to be early to the party. It's just better, It just is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see. We're going. Come popping right on up, huh? All right. Also, another good way to get in the know is going to be join us on Twitter. Come on, follow us. We're looking for anybody. You can be a novice or you can be an expert. This contract is really built for everybody. So Monday, y'all gonna see a barrage of different influencers, new and veterans, coming out with information about this and just getting a lot of excitement about it. It's time, bro. It's time. The space needs us. It is what it is. What it is. All right, man. So, also, this is the DeFi Crypto Show with Muddy Mo. This is episode 1. Make sure you hit that like. Hit that like. Don't be stingy. Hit the like. Also, leave a comment. Talk to me. This is an interactive show, so I want to talk to y'all, Now, there's a lot of people who are excited. This is our main subject. I was excited about Coinbase and what they're doing as far as launching a new blockchain. So, let's approach this the right way. What is Coinbase? If you didn't know, Coinbase is essentially a way for people to on-ramp from your bank account to some cash, all that monies, all them riches y'all got in them ATMs and all them bank accounts. Got to check in the savings, all that good stuff. It's a way to bridge into the crypto world, and even further, you can get into the DeFi world. So Coinbase is launching this blockchain base. It's basically a layer 2, and I'll explain what that is in a moment. But a layer 2 blockchain. Ooh, that's nice. And it helps developers build dApps and on-chain. Now, that word dApps, let's stay here for a second. When I say DeFi, I'm essentially, and I talk about Stack Cash, projects that are going to gain you money through smart contract functions, right? That's what they're built to do. Coinbase is literally just building a blockchain to be able to create those. So when you hear about me talking about contracts, this stuff has been created for years. I've been using dApps for 6 years. So it's good to see Coinbase, finally saying, hey, we're going to build on top of it. But I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all know I give y'all the unpopular opinion sometimes. Coinbase not doing this because they like y'all. Yeah, they're not doing it to make y'all no more money. They're doing it to make more money. They've had to lay off some people in other countries. And they've also basically have, people are catching on to how not to pay all them. They got a lot of taxes and fees. So maybe, by building this layer 2, which they probably could have did years ago. In my opinion, they should have already done this. This should have been earlier. But by building this new blockchain, it's going to definitely help adoption as they are in the public eye and things like that. It's going to definitely help adoption of, all of crypto, so a lot of more people can get involved now, probably a lot easier. Now, the main thing is the layer 2. So if you're not familiar, Ethereum is the first altcoin, and Ethereum allows what we call dApps to function, right? So it's built as a layer 2 Ethereum blockchain, which basically says it's going to let developers create contracts that can help people essentially. And all these contracts are just systems. They're just systems of how to basically you can use them to make money, you can use them to organize. One good way the that blockchain technology can be used is through voting. There's no reason for everyone not to vote, no matter where in the world. If you have a democracy, blockchain is probably the most transparent way of hosting any kind of vote. But anyway, so Coinbase, the second largest crypto exchange by trading volume in the world. Basically means a lot of people use it. And they're building Base, which is a Ethereum-based level 2 blockchain. Now, what really got to me, I'm not reading all these words, but what really got to me, again, they're talking about dApps and all that other stuff, which is great. And I just explained that. But to me, they're using, a blockchain that's been around, and they call themselves a super blockchain. That's optimism. I was like, that's very, very, very interesting. And we'll look at the price of optimism in just a moment. But the main thing that the people are like, well, okay, what does all this mean, money? What? I don't know nothing what none of that means. I got Coinbase, I got this. Some of y'all, some people will use, Cash App, and you can buy Bitcoin, but that's not, you're not owning that. You don't own your own custody in that. You can't get it when you want. What we do in DeFi, we own all of our own crypto to ourselves. You don't have to ask anybody or get charged a fee for it. Kind of, but not really. But it's yours. You do what you want with it every day, and we want to get people to move from the old way of thinking, like, hey, I have to wait on this person and get authorization and this and that, and wait till the bank's open. Ooh, it's all kind of, y'all know how it be, man. You gotta wait till the bank open. Don't be on a Saturday. You gotta run, wake up early, run to the bank. Those days are over. In DeFi, in crypto, we don't have to do that because we own our own custody. Come on, join the Money Crypto movement. Come on over to the Telegram, and then also come on to check out Stack Cash. We're gonna show you. We're here to help. All right, getting back to it though. Optimism is basically collaborating with Optimism. So let's go to Optimism really quickly. So what Optimism does is they call themselves a super blockchain, but it's basically many different blockchains that they work with all on one platform. And what they do is they make it possible for Base to easily create a blockchain. It's not easy. Now, some people, if you're deep into crypto and like me, you're a DeFi head or DeFiologist, some people understand that we're waiting on, Hex or Pulse Chain, I should say, which is from, the creator of Hex and all of that. So we're still waiting on Pulse Chain for a long time, but nevertheless, it's hard to create blockchains, let alone software development is very difficult. So saying all of that, let me bring it all back. So Optimism makes that easy, and it does it for many other blockchains. I think Solana and some others. So this is gonna make it easy for Coinbase. To me, again, using something like Optimism, which makes it fast, and ultimately what it's going to do for Coinbase, it's going to make transactions cheaper. So right now, if you deal with Ethereum, your transactions could be $5 to $50 to $100. You never know, and it might not go through. You might just lose your money, which sucks. But over here, in Optimism and some other blockchains, one that we heavily use is Binance Smart Chain. What these blockchains do is they make those fees very, very cheap. And I'm not going through how the miners work and things like that today. We're going to say that for another day. But today, just understand that although I think Coinbase is a little bit late to the party and they need money to do this, and money comes from dApps. So if anything, it shows DeFi that, hey, DeFi works, and Coinbase has probably known its existence, but now they're interested in it because they understand it's going to be making them money. And y'all said, what is we talking about Coinbase money? What are you talking about Coinbase? Listen, you got to read in between the lines. Some of y'all just always just read don't read their words. You have to read in between the lines. And I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a moment. But anyway, optimism is basically making it easy for them to make a blockchain. They've done it many times, and optimism has a lot of governance right now. They have bridges, which is something that's very hard to code safely, I should say. So optimism pretty much makes making blockchains easy. Wow, shout out to them. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Also, this is the DeFi Crypto Show with Muddy Mo. Don't pull in. Don't be stingy. Hit the like. Be nice. Hit the like. Be nice. Hit the like. Gets the algorithm together. Also, if y'all would leave me messages, I read y'all messages. Let me see my man. Look at my man Vin. Look at Vin the man. Y'all check Vin out he got a YouTube popping, man. He does a great job on his YouTube. Y'all check him out, man. He say, money. I like that Vin. I like that. He say, what's up? Say, so I was just dropping the YouTube short. Hit that like. Then you already know you're working on a Bing, Vin. Good things coming soon. Coming Monday. I'm pumped. Appreciate your show. Appreciate you and the time you put in. Vin, I definitely got to give you a Money Mo. Yes, sir. Listen, Stack Cash board member. I keep trying to tell y'all, it's real. It's real. Shout out to Vin. Coinbase making noise again. Might push the stock price up. Have to keep an eye on that. Very good, Vin. Now, again, Coinbase comes from the outside. So, sometimes we get so caught up in DeFi, but Coinbase is going to bring a lot more adoption. And I'm kind of upset because I think they should have done this a lot sooner. Why wait? What are we waiting on? But nevertheless, right now is the time. And then you take it on the stock side. I like that because you're right. On the stock side of things, it's going to bridge a gap between traditional finance and decentralized finance, or even just cryptocurrency, blockchain technology. You see what I'm saying? Because right now there's a split. There's a lot of, I say negative press and bad press on what crypto is. And then you have stuff like FTX and other projects that go away, Luna, some other things that hurt the space. Oh, also now it's another one. I can't remember what it is. It's something else going crazy. Celsius, I think. So it's just a bunch of mess going on, which gives this a black eye. But nonetheless, with the stock price going up, with more eyes coming through Coinbase onto crypto, there'll be more eyes on different projects, especially the ones like Stack Cash. Ooh, y'all know that's a shameless plug. I don't care. I'm doing it. Whatever. Shout out to you, Vin. Ooh, look at Levi, man. I hope everything's well with you, man. My another board member's pulling up today. He say, Ricky, that's so fast. Ricky, need some help from Optimism. What's good, fam? MCM Stack Cash. Ooh, look at Levi. Stack that up. Let's go, Levi. Stack that up. Listen, we'll talk about Hex in a moment, Paul Shane in a moment. But yeah, I'm trying to be positive, Levi. What I'm saying? But yeah, I will say he's right. We've had a long Paul Shane wait, and it just shows that blockchains are hard. It's just hard to create. This is stuff now. A lot of people, like even with Stack Cash, even though we've moved at warp speed, it's still slower than some other things. The reason is because this stuff hasn't been created yet. So you guys have to understand when this is brand new to the world stuff. Even what Coinbase is doing right now, that's even though we've been there for years, it doesn't matter. They're still at that point now. So this is brand new to the world. So please understand, there's going to be mistakes. There's going to be a lot of things that we're trying to get right. So it is what it is. All right, let's get back into it. So Coinbase, real quick, main subject. Uh-oh. Hope I didn't lose y'all. I think we're okay. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Wait a minute. We still got to talk. See, Coinbase not going to do this to me. They're not going to do this to me. There we go. I lost my visuals. All right. I think we're back. We back. All right. We back. Cool. All right. So we again talking about Coinbase. They saying now the main thing of they're saying they're not going to make a new token with this new blockchain, with this base blockchain. But the reasons they say they want to use it, and I'm gonna show it in a second, is basically for um, to make cheaper fees, of course. But they want to make dApps that can make some money. I know what they want to do. Oh, I'm in their head. I'm in Coinbase's head. So now, the main thing to the common eye, if you haven't been a part of DeFi, if you're just in crypto or even in stocks, they want to stake, and they want to stake safely. And if you see anything that's been, there's two things, anything that's not a commodity is basically not allowed to stake. So what we're in DeFi, we're called a commodity. We're not a security. All securities, are heavily, it's essentially just like the stock market. They're heavily, heavily looked at and heavily kept under wraps. All right, so let's see. So staking is what they want to do now. They've had things before. Coinbase has tried stuff. Once the money start going down, I guess we appreciate them keep trying things. But they've had some experiments. They tried NFTs like a lot of people. Ooh, Stack Cash got NTTs. Just wanted to say that. I want to get no more. I gotta stop. Can't get no more away. We don't have NFTs. Anyway, NFTs, which are non-fungible tokens, have it had their popularity, and it was just like a bubble kind of bust. So they tried that, it did not work. So they're trying some different things, and I guess this is the next step. When the money start getting low, you gotta make it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta tuck and roll. You know what I mean? If you jump out that second floor, listen, you gotta tuck and roll same time. Oh, y'all know I'm silly. But yeah. So if y'all didn't know, Ethereum's built was made from Vitalik Buterin when he was a pup, a very young age. But it's been available forever, since I can remember DeFi. All right. Now again, remember I said Coinbase was having problems, so that's why they had to do what they had to do. Coinbase scales back. They pulled out of India and other markets, and they laid off hundreds of employees. Right when the money get low, you got to get creative. It is what it is. You got to get creative. So welcome to DeFi. That's what that is essentially doing. When they say dApps, they're moving into DeFi. So that's just what they wanted to do, and we're going to be excited to see what happens. But it should be cheap, and I think that's the main thing. The thing could be is you can get a lot of people coming from Ethereum blockchain, which there's a lot of people that's almost, I don't say stuck, but they're essentially stuck over there. You'll get a lot of people coming over to the other side, which is important. So I had something else. Hold on. I'm gonna get all this. Y'all gonna get this work. You're gonna get this work. You know what I mean? So here we go with. Okay, yeah. So this is just talking about base again. Let's see. Yeah, they basically saying they want to make it more open to the public, and they're saying Q2 this year, so probably expect Q3 or 4. Is what it is. Software is hard, so they're saying Q2 though, for this to be launched. No token. So a lot of times, people in crypto, the general crypto space, play the token game. Oh, when is the token coming out? Oh, Coinbase got a token. I'm gonna buy it, right? So I'm actually happy that Coinbase did not come out with an immediate token for this. I think that's good. Um, Now this is the key, and I'm gonna leave it alone here. This is the key to what Polak said. I think he's the head tech guy over there at Coinbase. But he basically was saying we don't want to focus on just financial tools, which is what DeFi is. we do want to focus on financial tools, NFTs or gaming. We want it to be welcome to everyone. So if it's not NFTs, financial tools or gaming, I'm not quite sure what they mean by everybody needs financial tools, but nonetheless, I get where he's coming from. He's basically saying we want to make something, a blockchain that can be used for other things and be open to creativity. Ooh, y'all know how Muddy feel about creativity, but I'm pulling out his words. He didn't say that. That's Muddy words. If I were to say that, I would word it that way. But the main thing is, we'll be honest, it's financial tools. That's the gaming is secondary. Financial tools is the main reason why, DeFi exists now. Now, remember, we're still in its infancy. We're still in its infancy. How long has money been around? How long has money not been backed by gold. 30, no, 50 years now. Dang, it's 2023, ain't it? I think 1973 is when y'all gotta correct me on the dates. And I'm gonna check y'all out. Oh, this is a DeFi Crypto Show with Money Mo. Hit that like. Hit that like. I'm checking my list. Got my list. I'm gonna check it twice. But hit that like. But 1973 is when I believe the dollar stopped being backed by gold. So we're gonna talk. That's gonna bring me into my next subject. It's talking about Putin. And Putin is very big on having something to back whatever they're gonna use as currency. So that's a big deal. All right. If there's any questions about Coinbase, y'all got something, leave it in the chat, bro. I want to talk about Coinbase. Tell me about Base. How y'all feel about Base? What y'all thinking? What are y'all thinking? Yeah. Oh, what's going on, D? What's going on, family? D, I gotta right now. You a cousin. I need to get you in the sisterhood. Yeah, there. Oh, I need you to get you in the group. I need you to holler at me, D. Shout out to you, D. D always got batteries in her purse. You know what I'm saying? TV ready. But anyway, that's Base. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all my people. Also hit that like and all that good stuff. Get the algorithm together. Don't be stingy. All right. Moving on. Now, we talked about these things. Let's talk about Putin. If you don't know Vladimir Putin, he is the ruler. I don't know what you want to go. He's the Russia. And Russia's in a whole full-blown war right now for Ukraine. And if you didn't know, Ukraine, basically it used to be, I didn't know this, Ukraine used to be a part of Russia. So, Vladimir and them think that they're, I guess destined to it. I can't speak for them. I'm just coming from a Western world kind of perspective on this. And obviously, this is the DeFi Crypto Show with Money Mo. Y'all know how we do. We talk crypto over here. So I'm obviously going to relate it to crypto. But I will be honest with you, and y'all know how I am. I can't tell. I'm not no liar type, so I'm gonna just be honest. I'm trying to be careful. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be honest. He just had basically this, like his State of the Union or whatever you want to call it. And to me, he has some qualities of what he's saying. It's kind of crazy. I actually agree with Putin in some ways, not a lot though. You know what I'm saying? But in some ways, but I can find anything. You know what I'm saying? I can agree with parts of anything. But this does give me an eerie vibe. If y'all see what I'm seeing right now, this is his State of the Union address. There is no kind of diversity in this room. This does not represent the world in any way, as a country. So that concerns me. Who was the last dictator to do that? Oh yeah, Hitler. So I'm just saying, you gotta watch that. But one of the main things he talked about. Some of y'all ain't got this is real news. I'm giving y'all real news right now. It's crypto, but it's real news. But he's up in the ante. He's basically, him and China are naked, like they're arm in arm. So if you hear China, you got to think Russia right now. They're talking about all this stuff, and they're really, really upset with Western world, specifically the U.S. The U.S., in their opinion, has been doing them wrong through basically economic sanctions, and basically putting I forget the name of it, but they're basically it's gonna come to my head. But they're basically stopping or limiting trading, and if they feel like the rules are unfair, and not just that, he really don't like what the dollar is. They've stopped accepting and stopped transacting in the U.S. dollar. Typically, everybody around the world over the last 40, 50 years has been based and steeped in the dollar, of the U.S. dollar being the backing for everything. But Vladimir Putin and Russia and China are working together to do just the opposite. So they're trying to create, I think they're trying to create a currency that is backed in maybe gold or some kind of natural resource, but gold, something like that. Right now, if you don't know, he said, "Ooh, let money get deep with y'all." See, I told you I do want to just crypto. But right now, if you look at the dollar we use in America, at least, it's the petrodollar. So it's really based on oil, if y'all didn't know that. So basically what Putin's trying to do is like, hey, the promise was gold for them. They don't have a lot of gold. Now Russia's been gathering a lot of gold. And if y'all didn't know, Ukraine, this is why Ukraine is so important to them. Ukraine is rich in resources. I mean, like extremely rich in resources. All kind of in natural resources that you can't find anywhere else in the world. This is why that almost will complete Putin's plan on why he wants to re-annex Ukraine into Russia. Russia don't really have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Russia's like rocks. It's rock land. But one thing is, especially being a crypto person, I've seen this, and I'm seeing it now with like a lot of Nigerians and Africans, which is good for them. But Russia did this years ago. They already got into tech very fast. They get their kids into tech. They don't have much, you know what I'm saying, but they do have tech, and that's why crypto and DeFi is important. So let me bring it together. So it's arms control. He got a problem with the Western world because he's basically saying America has bases in every country, or embassies in every country, which is something he doesn't like. And just a whole bunch, you know, it's just a lot that he was just disappointed with. And it sounds like he's revving up the troops. You sound like he's revving some stuff up. I don't know, you know. So, but y'all know this all relates to crypto in a lot of ways, because you know, with crypto and DeFi, we don't have any barriers or limitations on making gains. This doesn't mean as much. The US dollar is a part of everything we have right now, but as far as crypto is concerned, that doesn't really matter. You know, it's something else to use. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, the key is what we can live with, but either way, you know, I'm just saying this to say that DeFi is going to be around and crypto is going to be around no matter what. So yeah, so here again, you know, Russia suspending its participation in the New START treaty. So it's just not playing fair. Now this is the key, because this is a problem, and I don't want to talk alien talk. I'm gonna have a whole ET chat with y'all one day. The reptilians. I don't want to go there today, but I will say this: if you look at it says Russia has a stockpile of nuclear weapons, close to 6,000 warheads. They can blow the world up like 10,000 times. You know what I'm saying? Like real, you know, them and the US holds 90% of the world's nuclear warheads. That's my fault, y'all. Fixing this mic. That's problematic to everybody, right? If they can blow up the world, if they get upset one day, anybody can do that. That's a problem. Nobody should have that kind of power. So that's why, let me bring it back. That's why projects like Stack Cash is good, because we're eliminating that problem, but with DeFi, the ways to make y'all gains every day. I like that. Y'all keep talking, man. This DeFi Crypto Show with Muddy Mo. All right. Let me see. Now, this is something that I think we do have to pay attention to. If you're in the Western world right now, it says the Western nations are trying to distract people's attention. Oh my goodness. He might be right about this. You see those like this stuff like this, like he could be right about, you know. He's talked a lot about in his speech mutilation to kids and, you know, societies. He basically, this is what he did. He brought it to religion. So he basically had, let me go back up to the photo. That's not the one. But he basically had a bunch of religious people in the room. And he basically said that the way American politics is today against the family structure, basically trying to make sure there's no family structure, and basically allowing kids to be mutilated. Y'all know what I'm talking. I know what I'm trying to say, and choose what sex they want to be. He says that basically they're going against all the religions. And this guy in the front, he got his little hat on. I don't know what you know what I'm saying? I don't want to disrespect nobody. You know, I don't know what that is, but he got his, it looked like the Pope hat, but he got a little, you know what I'm saying? But he got his little hat on. But it's, if you look in the back, it's a bunch of, all this is religious people in that back row. I think these are all like, you know, all the important people in the country in the front, but yeah, that's all religious people in the back. So he's pleading on a basis of religion, right? This is what he's doing. I'm gonna bring it to crypto. Hold on. I got you. Slow down. Slow down. I got you. He's basically saying how bad, you know, America and other countries that allow whatever to happen with it. People can choose too much. He's basically saying that goes against the religious beliefs of all these different religions. He basically said none of the religions. I didn't even have this prep to say, y'all. He basically said none of the religions have any writing or any indication that that's the way we should live. So he's basically saying that America is against religion. It's deep. It goes deep. I'm like, you got to pay attention to this stuff, because if you don't know, oh my goodness, you know. But anyway, so this is just dealing with NATO and the whole nine. Basically saying Russia's going a whole nother way. And you gotta wonder, like, he was real cool with Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta wonder sometimes, because what Russia is doing right now is they're getting power. Now let's pull it to ours real quick. Let's go right here, y'all. I'm almost done with this, y'all. Some of y'all like want to get into some crypto. I got that too. But this is what it's about. This is about the general stuff that we want to cover and talk about how it relates to crypto. Now, this is the biggest part. Let's slow down. Right now, who has the juice? In crypto, we feel like we're being overregulated. We feel like in what we can do over here, we can change the economic situation of not just America, the world. There's no need for old fights if we do this the right way, right? We don't have to fight over old stuff. Oh, we need the gold and the silver. And, like, what? We've been doing that for how many hundreds of years? It hasn't worked. Right now, it's so top heavy on who owns the money. And then, the key to the game is how to jip the game. Y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody on their taxes. Let me get this LLC. Y'all know what y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? Taxes, pay your taxes. You got about a month and a half. You better pay them taxes. But the game is to game it. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then we brought over in crypto and specifically DeFi. What's happened is the game has been to game it. And that's sad. That's why Stack Cash is coming to change that. There's no need to live like that. If you live fair, everybody can eat. And then some people are going to eat more, of course, but it doesn't matter because everybody eats. As long as everybody eats, the project or a system stays afloat. Y'all get that? See, a lot of it, especially I'm about to go into DeFi, but a lot of projects and crypto projects, not just smart contracts, but tokens too. They get the mindset that I'm gonna get rich, I'm gonna get rich, and I'm gonna leave them what I want and things like that. But that's what we need to push away from, because that's what the current political system is. Does that make sense? Right now, the main thing is cash flow, and America doesn't have that figured out. I'm sorry to say that they don't at all. They sitting here using old of 1950s, 1940s, 1930s information on today's technology, which is a major pitfall. And then you got politicians that's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth about a bunch of stuff that kind of don't matter. Money matters more than anything. I don't even want to show y'all the debt. Money matters more than anything right now. You can't do no good without money. Got to get the money first. The thing is, if you're not doing trades with other countries, you're not bringing in GDP, gross domestic product, means that as a country, you're not gaining value. And not only just that, China and even parts of Russia, but especially China, owns a lot of America. Here in America, anybody can buy property. You can come over here and buy some property up, no big deal. Capitalism, and that way of life, although I agree with some points of capitalism, it hasn't worked largely for a lot of people that I know, right? It's a hard life. We live in hard life. People are underfed right now. You know what that means? They go work a job, 40, 80 hours a week, got kids and the whole nine. They come home, they can't even pay for bread. What kind of world are we living in when that happens? You see what I'm saying? So it's just things. Now, y'all know I'm not political, so I don't choose a side. I hate dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't be stupid, bro. I hate stupid stuff. I don't care what side, what color. I don't care about none of that. Red, blue, black, green. I don't care about none of that. I care about what's right and what's wrong, right? Bury me with my integrity. Ooh, I think I got another one. Bury me with my integrity. What we talking about? Cut that up. Ooh. Bury me with my integrity. Definitely get some money, Mo. Bing. The world not like that, but bury me with my integrity. I love that. Anyway, back to the subject. Y'all know I get to rambling. My bad. Don't panic. You're going to get to But the headline here is very important. Probably of anything I talked about with Putin and Russia. Putin tells the business elite, don't beg for Western money, invest in Russia. They're trying to flip the dollar, basically. They're trying to flip America. Do y'all get that? And that's dangerous, because now what you're doing is the way crypto comes. I'm gonna tell you how crypto comes into play. But this is dangerous because the business elite are going to control all the mass companies, and for Russia, most of their like government items, what they spend on, right? If they say, hey, they probably created something already. Don't buy American. Don't buy this. And if they do that, they're trying to basically blockade or starve out America and say, hey, figure out a way to make your own money. But Putin understands one thing. Although he's trying to get natural resources, I think what he's going to do, he's going to get those natural resources and back it and get that to back crypto. Oh, this is why America got to stop playing and talking about stuff that don't matter. We don't have time. Okay, we got a little loose with, in my opinion, on allowing people to kids and stuff to choose what race and sex they want to, I mean not race, what sex they want to be. Who cares, bro? We gotta hold on a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute. It's already costing more it's $20 for eggs, bro. Inflation is going to come. It's out of control. It's going to come no matter what. So you gotta understand what's going on right now. We gotta get into crypto. That's why Stack Cash is coming too, because the system of Stack Cash can be used across the board. Is what it is. But a lot of people won't know these kind of things, especially when you're talking about Eastern world things. Like Russia don't have much. They got rocks over there. You know what I'm saying? Like they got rocks and billy goats. The billy goat be, you know how them billy goats be walking on the side of them little skinny mountains. Ooh, that's crazy. They be walking on, man. They like got, I don't know how they evolved to. Y'all have to go look up the billy goats walking on the side of mountains. They walk on a mountain. It's worse than climbing. Like, it's crazy. Anyway, and I just saw this movie Fall. Man, if y'all scared of heights, do not watch that movie Fall. It's gonna freak you out. I had to walk away. My stomach start. It's a movie. I forget what it's on, but it's a movie called Fall with these girls were climbers, right? And they start off the movie. Her boyfriend, he ended up falling off the cliff. I'm like, oh, I'm out. I'm out. But anyway, I'm gonna get back to this in a second. But anyway, so the movie Fall. So they had this girl she called herself Dangerous D. Listen. Anybody, if anybody called herself Dangerous D, you better watch out. You better watch out. But Dangerous D, they was climbing this, it was like the light in the sky for the airplane, so the airplanes won't hit it. But this one was extremely high, right? I think it had to be, I think it was 2,000 feet. So double the size of the Eiffel Tower. You know what I'm saying? So they got the lives going on the YouTube. Long story short, they climbed all the way to the top and had to do some crazy stuff, bro. It's just, go watch that. If you're not afraid of heights, that's a crazy movie. All right, let me keep it that. Also, this is DeFi Crypto Show with Muddy Mo. Be polite, hit that like. Oh, let's go. Let's go, money make it rhyme every time. Whoa, I'm on fire. Woo, let's go. Let me see what y'all talking about. Okay. Appreciate y'all with these comments. Y'all know I check the people. I'm gonna get back into this. We're not done talking about Putin. I just want to finish. I gotta finish it off in just a second, but I did want to get to my peoples. D said no Coinbase for me. Don't trust them. Yeah. Now, it's other ways. Most people use crypto.com or some other ways. But my thing would be is, how do you tell these people about how to get off-boarded from even crypto, Because, while Coinbase has its downfalls, it is, if you work with a US bank especially, it just, they charge fees, but it's kind of worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it depends. Now, crypto.com is a little better, but they have downfalls too. They did some mess that I really don't like, but that's okay. They're still available to the people. It's just they need to learn DeFi in crypto. You know what I'm saying? For real. Ricky O said Coinbase too expensive based on ETH. Right. Exactly, Ricky O. Thank you for saying that. Going back to the Coinbase chat. Yes. So that's why they want to do the layer 2, which is called the base blockchain, because they want to make Ethereum transactions. They're using Ethereum to transact. Did y'all know that? Thank you for saying that, Ricky. They're using Ethereum to transact on Coinbase. How dumb can you be? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness, like ETH is just crazy. You know what I'm saying? ETH is too expensive, guys. That's in my opinion. Y'all know how much they think. But yeah, Coinbase is too expensive because ETH is too expensive, so they have to figure something out. Just like Ricky, I'm nice, but I'm still, you know what I'm saying? Ricky, that's what he's trying to tell you. Ricky tried to do the same thing and create his own blockchain, but he didn't contact Optimism. He's too smart. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Y'all heard the sarcasm in there. Real quick, D said putting Putin had him some deep vibes, but he likes Stalin. Yeah, Stalin is a good example, D. I was thinking Hitler, but Stalin is another good example. Very similar, very similar. But the problem is I agree with him on some stuff. You know what I mean? Like I agree with him on, trying to everybody get to choose what sex they want to be. Like, can I just be a cat? Can I be a bird? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want to get into manipulating them. And I'm not a religious person though, so I wouldn't base that on religion. But that's the one thing I don't like about America. Like, it is almost like too free, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, bro, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got transgender back. Like, it's just my opinion. Now, nothing against them. I like for people to be happy. And as long as you happy, you ain't mess with nobody else. You know what I'm saying? So if you stay to yourself, you good with me. But I don't like that I got kids. You know what I'm saying? Like that are getting force fed certain things through media and all this other stuff that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, he got some weird vibes though, D. Tina said 1971, the U.S. abandoned ghosts. Okay, 71. So we got 2 more years. So for 48 years, money has just been inflating. You know what I'm saying? Like literally has been just inflating. And it ain't backed by nothing. They can print as much as they want. 71. Thanks for the research on that, Tina. See, I got D and T. See, D, I see. Oh, D, you chosen. You better come holler us about stack cash. I'm telling you. I had a dream China was hit. US was okay. Yes. Now, China is in cahoots heavily with Russia. They partners ain't there. So America got to get it together. We don't have time for petty stuff. We just really don't. And I'm gonna be real with you. I don't care who it is. I don't like no presidents. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like none of them. I'm being serious. I'm not even Obama. I ain't even like Obama, bro. He had a lot of stuff I didn't like. I just think we should go younger, bro. I think we should go younger. I don't think we need no boomers no more. These dudes are 80 years old. You know what I'm saying? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So no. They after Europe. Okay, D. Ooh, good stuff. They after Europe too, but now Europe is part of NATO, so they are part of who? They with America. And then that's something else that Russia was saying too. They were saying that that's the problem is that US was kind of deboing them. They was punking them. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever country they want, if you don't do right, they're gonna sanction y'all trades. You know what I'm saying? Immediately, like it's like there's no punishment for it. In his opinion, there's no punishment on America. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm good on GovBase. Yep, they trying to help government figure out what up, Smart. He's like Coinbase, figure out DeFi. Right. But Smart, they gonna figure it out anyway. The problem is to me, because it's already here. The problem is for me is if we waiting. That's why Stack Cash is coming. That's why Stack Cash be here Monday. Y'all holler at us. But that's why we gotta figure it out first. Because if we do it right, and this is why the problems that we've had, and especially in the DeFi space, if we do it right, we can make money. That's gonna happen naturally, right? We first. But the bigger thing is we're giving something to the world that we want to give. They're going to force themselves on us, and that's not fair. But this world ain't definitely fair. We know that. You know what I'm saying? So it just is what it is. But good points there. Dang. Russia has 10 time zones. It's a big country of rock, bro. It ain't nothing but rock, dude. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's crazy. 10 time zones. Wow. Smart said Putin ending the treaty isn't a good sign. It is not good at all. Look, not Smart. You know we good at this, bro. He a op. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a straight op, bro. You can't think differently. That dude is an op, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like him doing these kind of things can't help. Now, I'm just thinking about crypto. What's funny is it actually could help crypto in some ways. Yeah, Putin right about yeah. Society today is destroying Earth as well. Another pollution. Yeah, it's so much, D. Like it's wealth distributions. It don't matter what you are, red or blue. It's wealth distribution is a problem. It's just a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't matter, and you can't take people money. You can't take their guns. So what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the big issue. So here's what it is. But overall, with crypto, kind of going back to the statement above, that's why they're gonna come for DeFi regardless. In my opinion, they're gonna come for DeFi. So for us, we just gotta be ready and ahead of it. D said, if you confuse the people, it's polluting the energy of the earth. Exactly, D. Now it's a lot of confusion. We see y'all about to take me off, and don't get me started on Walter Disney and them. Like it's so much. It's the elites, and just why we gotta look out for all this. We're trying to keep our people dumb, keep our families split up, make our women think they can be men. Like weird stuff. Be a woman, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be a man. I'm cool. I'm gonna be a man. No big deal, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shout out to everybody for wanting to have a choice, but it's too much on feelings and it's too much mental control. It is. What up, Meta? Let y'all check out Meta, man. Meta, listen, Meta, that boy wise. Meta still show, man. I'm holler at you too. I'm still gonna holler at you, Meta. Coming back, bro. I'm circling the block, Meta. I ain't stopping, bro. I'm circling the block, bro. I'm telling you, Stack Cash is real. I'm just saying. Somebody said I stopped using Coinbase, use Robinhood as an off ramp. Yeah, Robinhood charges fees too. Let me know if those fees are different though, Smart. And yeah, we talk crypto stuff. But this is good because a lot of people if you're new to crypto, you need to learn how to off ramp safely. Not just safely, but also for as cheap as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna charge you fees, a lot of them. So you gotta the cheaper you can get off, the best. I use crypto.com a lot. That just works for me. And it's in my link tree as well. But yes, shout out to Robinhood. I know Robinhood had a lot of fees earlier, so I don't know. Tina said, I'm going to start using Ultimo to move some of my funds. There you go. Ooh, Tina, thank you for saying that. Tina be on point. Listen, Tina just hopped into Ultimo. Ultimo is going to be a way that we can offboard all of us. Thank you. That's perfect. Tina, you working on one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you better stop playing. That's fire. Yes, Ultimo is a good opportunity for us in the DeFi space. I think we're not quite there yet, but I think they're close enough. You know what I mean? So y'all go look at Ultimo. We can look at that later. Thank you for bringing it up, Tina. That's smart. Thank you for bringing it up. Look at Meta said, I hear you. You're too smart, bro. No, I can't let you. No, Meta, no, we ain't doing that, bro. You're too smart, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just got to say it, bro. No, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need you. Listen, we gonna holler, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need you. No, you gonna take a look at this, bro. I'm circling the block, bro. I'm sorry. I got you though. D said if war, they're going to run into crypto like mad. Yep. Remember the video? Yeah, exactly. D. If anytime something happens, y'all seeing, man, people, they so worried about what the stock market does. Who cares what they do? You know what I'm saying? Like we're the ones, we are the new tech. People want to run away from crypto every time something don't go right. And that's what I don't like. And I'm talking about all of crypto, and then this the thing. They take FTA, it's a narrative. Ooh, that N-word, not that one. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know what I'm saying? Narratives have stirred social media, and narratives on social media has really affected our people, and we're really susceptible. I didn't say that right, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. We're really weak to that. You know what I mean? We got to get the social media under control, and that's a big problem. That's a big problem. But yeah, crypto we are the move, D. We're ahead of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Coinbase. They're not trying to make dApps. I got an adapt 6 years ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they so, and just imagine how far the politics are. They way behind. Ricky O said, in the UK. What up, Ricky O in the UK? Binance is cheapest to off ramp, just €1. Okay, yeah. Now, Binance too. It's just it's so much. It's a lot of different ways to off ramp. You know what I'm saying? But I thank you, Ricky O. He said he over there in UK, eating them crumpets and drinking that tea. Ooh. Now, Ricky O, you gotta tell me. I know y'all play football, the soccer football, but do y'all also play real football? I seen them UK dudes getting kind of big, bro, and y'all be bringing on some hoopers too. So I'll be watching. I keep my eyes out. You know, I see where the people coming from. Oh, Quad said in Honduras. Okay, listen. Quad's in Honduras. Oh, Quad's he all in Honduras kicking it up. What's up, Quad? Listen, you chosen, bro. Stack Cash, holler at me. He said, listening to you, bro. No days off in DeFi, though. Quad. Definitely a money mo. Pew! Stop that up. Let's go. Tuning in on a vacation, bro. Like I said, that's what I like, bro. And also, y'all, this is the episode 1 of DeFi Crypto Show. We started over. You know what I'm saying? We wiped the slates clean. I want to make this more for anybody, Sometimes I feel like I got way too caught up in negativity and just being all into just DeFi a little bit too much. And just taking a step back, there's so many more people that's gonna need Stack Cash and what we got to offer. I can't keep us that small. We gotta grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta grow. So that's what we're doing this for. I say I find it funny that CB and everybody is making a chain now. Yeah, the hard part is getting everyone to hop on it in a permanent way. Exactly, Meta. Now that's the key, man. Because if we got chains, and I was, telling the Stack Cash people, we were talking about a chain. I'm like, no, what the heck, no. The reason being is because it's hard, and you have to, the key to chains that a lot of people don't see is bridging. Bridging is what 90% of the hacks come from bridges. Bridges is the easiest way to get money stolen. So that's the problem, is bridging to these chains. That hasn't been figured out. Now that, I don't know if Ricky, I don't know if he's trying. I think he is, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to, help the world or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But, the bridges, he's trying to figure it out. But yeah, that's too many chains, man. In my opinion, we don't need 50 different coins for change. Just imagine we had a penny, 2-cent token, a 3-cent. We don't need all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we need about 5 or 6 of these things to be cheap and run well, So, but yeah, being permanent is very, very important for these blockchains. Most of them aren't going to work, right? You spreading yourself too thin. So I really like what what Coinbase did with going through optimism. At least that's a step in the right way. Now, we were talking about they're going to move over to DeFi. I think they're going to do that anyway. But if you use DeFi to get into DeFi, just the same way with Stack Cash, if you use Stack Cash to get into DeFi, Stack and other things, you're going to be ready in a big way. Because that's, what Stack Cash is. Not only do you get a say in it, you also get to see the inner workings of it. Nothing's hidden from you, right? Everything's upfront, and it's built to make us all gains. A lot of them, so it is what it is. Oh, look at Tina saying, Money Crypto Movement family listening around the world. Oh, that's a fact, ain't it, Tina? Ain't it, Tina? That's a fact. That's a fact. Quad said, I'm ready for Stack Cash when it's ready. Holla at me, Mo. Quad, time is now, bro. Time is now. All right, let me finish this up. Y'all appreciate y'all, man. Y'all good peoples, man. Y'all good peoples, man. Happy peoples. Yeah. Oh, y'all about my heart bottles on. Stop playing. Stop playing. About to put my cologne on. I do Curve. Don't steal my cologne. I do Curve. You know what I'm saying? Or Tiffany. You know what I'm saying? Match me. You got to get a cologne that match your scent. Nowadays, these young boys don't wear no cologne. You know what I'm saying? Perk 30. They on the Perk 30. I got a Perk 30. They on this silly stuff. No, bro. Put you some cologne on and put on a top hat and get on out the house. Put something to tie around your neck. Bow tie or a tie. Something. All right. Y'all know how I am. But anyway, but ultimately getting back to Russia and Putin, we're just to kind of close it out. I do think either way, we're going to be a need in crypto. And I'm talking about the general crypto space. We're going to be a need. And that's bigger than anything. But the main thing is getting ourselves prepared. Like Stack Cash is going to get us prepared to be able to handle this onslaught. Because if the dollar, this is what China and Russia is trying to do. Let me say it simply. If the dollar continues to lose friends on the outside world, you need the world, right? Especially for trade. But if trade keeps getting sanctioned and all these different things start happening to trade, and the U.S. don't figure out something on how to be valuable to the other parts of the world, we're going to suffer. The best way that America and the other countries, that's in NATO, it could be Japan, whoever, UK, all these other countries can succeed through what? They've already tried stock. They already tried stealing and doing the loan crisis, the debt crisis, and the housing market. Y'all tried everything. Are we ready or not? Are we still going to fight progression? Are we still going to do that? They just caught a UFO the other day. Now we might get flying cars pretty soon. I don't know. They reverse engineer stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. Y'all know how. I ain't going to scare people with that. I ain't trying to scare you. You know what I'm saying? But but just understand that that's what's going on. They're trying to get all of their people out of Western money and trying to starve America into being innovative. So America has to figure out how to be innovative, not just America, all NATO countries. Drink your H3O, money. All right. So that's half the time. That's my main subjects. I'm not staying long today. I'm just gonna touch on a couple things and we're gonna keep it moving. We all positive, good spirits and good space. You know what I mean? So let me go on back to that trusted Dusty. If you don't know, Nomics is the place to go if you want to look up the crypto markets. So just to explain, as far as the overall crypto markets, there's a lot of tokens and a lot of tokens that have projects behind them, and they all do different things. But typically, y'all mostly hear about the top 50, maybe 20, but the top tokens and what to do and how to trade and how to make money on trading. Let me just say this, you can make money trading anything. Oh, let me drink this H3O. Let that sink in. Also, y'all know I'm a nerd. Let me say this. When I say H3O, y'all know what I mean? You can't, H2O is great. Water is great, right? But water doesn't have the electrolytes that's needed. H3O is actually like cucumber water or something with a vegetable that gives something out. That's H3O. So that's the next level of water. That's the that get you going. Ooh, get the people going. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you didn't know that, that's when you go to hotels, you see like, man, why they got cucumbers in the water? I don't want that water. You know what I'm saying? Even lemons, although the pills have a lot of pesticides on them. I don't know the pills. But anyway, never go to the restaurants, get pills on your stuff. I always don't know. No lemons. Don't put anyway. Just make sure I'm just giving y'all a little knowledge, all that good stuff. Say Nomics. Let's talk about it. Now, I use Nomics more than Coin Market Cap or some other major indexes of dexes. You know what I'm saying? Indexes of tokens, I should say. Is because Nomics shows me all the DeFi projects and it just gives me better information that I need. I don't really subscribe. I don't really go to just what's popular all the time. I go to what works best. And not just that, teams that are more towards the honor side and integrity side. To me, I've seen Nomics accept everybody. And I like, they're not everybody, but you have to be picky, but they pretty much, if you are decent, they'll work with you, and their API allows you to have a more complex token. Because, like, for example, our stack token it's not complex, but it's not a regular just, we're gonna buy and sell kind of token. But since that's the case, it works with you to actually calculate the total market supply, or the total market cap and all that good stuff, which is very important because these market caps, I'm just teaching for a second, these market caps tell you everything essentially based on the supply of circulating supply of the tokens or whatever it is. It tells you how much money is worth, right? So that's important to get that read correctly. And a lot of times, and I'm talking DeFi now, a lot of times in DeFi that's not given the full credit. And places like Coin Market Cap and others, they don't do a good job of pulling in other projects, right? They just stick with the ones they pretty much like. So is it is. Say global market cap. Who got that? Y'all see this? You see people trying to steal our token. It's not gonna work though. Y'all saying? Stacks. They got a Stacks token. Good for them. You know what I'm saying? We gonna, man, we people trying to steal out. That's all good, bro. Thank you. Flattery. They trying. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing like the original, though. It's nothing like the people, too. The global market cap today is over is 1.1 trillion tokens. Dollars. I'm sorry. I'm already about to start talking tokens. All right. So number one on the market cap, as always, the first crypto ever is Bitcoin. BTC's at $23,840 today, down 1%. And wow, Bitcoin transparent volume actually just went up. So maybe some whales dumped it. I don't know. But this is an institutional token to me. A lot of people want to trade and use it to trade, especially because it's value. You can, traders can make a lot of money if you did want to trade this in the increments. I'm not a trader though. But if you wanted to do that, I would probably use Bitcoin or something else if I was a trader, But yeah, so anyway, Bitcoin is obviously number one. Ethereum at number two, 1641. Ethereum, the first altcoin ever. And it allows dApps and everything else you see. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. But no, it's awesome. For that, it's not so awesome for other things. Market cap on that is $200 billion today, which is a whole lot of money. We got our stable coins. We got USDT at number 3. We got USDC at number 5. And we have BSC dropped to number 10 as far as market cap. Ooh, stack cash. Yo, y'all smart, man. Anyway, Y'all very smart. And then we got BNB, which is, the main token for a smart contract or a smart chain, blockchain that we use. It's called a Binance Smart Chain. Is at number 4 at $307 today. We got an XRP at 38 cents, down 1%. Cardano at 38 cents, down 1% today. Pretty much a lot of down. Also, you got Polygon or Matic, which is down 2%, down $1.30. What else? We got Hex. Let's talk about Hex, baby. Hey, I had to change it. Let's talk about Hex. Hey, let's talk about Hex. We'll talk about Hex in just a moment. But Hex is at 6 cents today. What else? Oh, Tron was at 7 cents for a while, just under 7 cents. Dang, you know what I'm saying? Some of y'all was happy, like, man, it's been at 6 cents forever. But shout out to Tron and all that. Optimism. Now, this the one. Y'all know what we talked about, Coinbase and what base is and all that. This is the one. This is the one. Optimism is only up 4% today. And Optimism is not very transparent. I think certain people own a lot of this. So it looks like a shift to me. So what Coinbase can do, it can make a shift from, Ethereum to Optimism. You know what I'm saying? As far as like foundations and things that's gonna own a lot, because they own a lot of these tokens, but people gonna buy Optimism because Base is gonna be owning this a whole bunch, especially if Base doesn't have a token. If Base doesn't have a token, if I'm buying tokens right now, Optimism could be, oh heck, Optimism could be $100 coin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do trading, not financial advice. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, but it could be dumped too by the same people that own it. They own a lot of it. So here's what it is. Cosmos. I need to go check my Cosmos. Cosmos used to give airdrops, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? that was pre super bull market. And right now, in my opinion, just being in the space so long, this is a super bull market. I mean, bear market. I'm sorry. Had to get that down. This is a super bear market. It is. It's been long. You know what I'm saying? Tiring. People just stressed out. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. But I think what sucks is Luna, which was tied to UST, and you had FTX, which was borrowing like it's trying to be a traditional bank. I'm gonna be real. I think them going away helped us. I think that really helped DeFi. And let me say why. First off, because it shook out all the people that wasn't here for the right reasons. Some people just want copies of whatever exists already. They're not creative enough to want something new or better. They just want the same old, just done a different way, So I think, we're just at this point, we're just in a different. I think we're moving on to the next level. Let me just put it like that. I just think we're moving to the next level. Let me keep it simple. All right, Hex. Let's talk about Hex, baby. Let's talk about Hex. Ricky, we're pushing it, Ricky. We need pause chain, bro. Now, let me be positive. We're gonna look at T-shares and some other things. I want people to understand, that the notion of how this is built. I think with all tokens, it's great that it works for certain people, but who talks about the token really, really matters. And the people who talk about Hex and Pulse Chain, and they really kind of go overboard with it, but the people that talk about this token are generally the whales in that token. And that's weird. That's why Stack Cash is coming. Hex is good for staking, but it really kind of bothered me when I started looking at this. I can't say the S word too good. Statistics of the stakers in Hex. That's not good. But at the same time, Hex has saved me and others in DeFi for a while. I'm gonna be real. And I gotta tell both sides of it. Hex was the only thing that links the old space in crypto to the new space in crypto, in my opinion, because it did so well initially, and it did the whatever X's it was supposed to do, which is great. However, on the other side of that token, after that, you see Coinbase is coming out with their blockchain. Other blockchains have come and all that good stuff. Ether, WDub, all that, But what Ricky is trying to do is build a blockchain that is flawless. Looks like, you know what I'm saying? Like with a new programming language and new people, which I think Hindsight is 2020, but I think that's just kind of overzealous, and I wish I'd have known all that up front. A lot of things about Hex and Pulse Chain, especially that a lot of people just look over, which is not fair. You got to be fair to everybody because a lot of people didn't get into Pulse, so you got to think, being over positive about Pulse Chain is going to be a lot of dumpers coming in initially, right? But who they gonna be dumping on? The newer people, and they're getting their old money back. It's just a lot going on over there. But the problem is, I have a Pulse Chain is that it's kind of dishonest, right? Um, he should have took another. Hex was doing fine. He should have took another year before he had the sacrifices. Because if he would have done that, he could have got everything he wanted. I think he went in thinking he gonna use MetaMask and use Ethereum and use other things, right? Nobody's gonna give you this perspective either, which is okay. I'm okay with him having that in his mind. Ricky thinking like, hey man, I could use just that was existed and just make this great blockchain that I can host this great coin on and have all this great success, which is, I get why he said that. However, you gotta also look at the other factors that came into play. He was like a kid going to the, he was like you know what I'm saying? He was like a, I ain't gonna say that. He was like a kid going to a candy store. You go in or go to just say a corner store or now a gas station, whatever. Kid going to a gas station, you go in and say, hey, I'm gonna get me a honey bun today. But once you go in, you see the Twizzlers, you see the Twix, you see the juices, you see the sodas. You know what I'm saying? Now you start wanting everything before you leave the store. And I think that was an overestimation of, I think it was an underestimation of himself and his own personality, and an overestimation of what he could bring and how soon he could bring it. Because $1.7 billion is a lot of money. It's a lot. And nobody's excused from being looked at from holding that much money. I don't care what your dreams is. I don't care what you said. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. We can't, in my opinion, now I'm a Mexican, right? But I have to tell it both ways. We can't leave. He still has to be judged, even if it's not Hex is not a security, and Porsche and all that's not a security. He still has to be judged, and this is the danger of DeFi. And it's also, you gotta think, it's the danger of, I would call it just, I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to be positive, but I would call it just kind of copycat influencing. People don't know what else to talk about, so they follow certain people talking about this stuff. And that can hurt you long term if you don't know this stuff for yourself and don't see through the forest through the trees. Am I saying the Hex and Pulse chain won't be great? No, not by any means. Please get me right, but you have to look at all the factors that went into when we made that decision on Pulse chain. A lot of people want to hold like judgment. Like, oh, why would y'all ever do that? Y'all so stupid. And then some people are like happy, like, man, I'm good, bro. I can wait 100 years. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you got to think. Now, for me, I'm a logical kind of guy, right? So the logic is that Hex was very successful. I was in day 4 of that. This is going to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, I didn't even care. I was just robbing Richard Hart back then, not doing enough research for myself to really see, like, man, what you trying to do? Oh, okay. Because if you're looking at it, this is why Ricky, he got to get a wife. He needs a wife, and I'm trying to help us. See what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, we need a guy to get Ricky married. I'm telling y'all, it's a personality thing. We got to get him married, because a wife would have been able to tell him, hold on, baby, before you get this sacrifice out to these people, is this everything you want? And then he would have sat back and thought about it, like, maybe I should just go ahead and just make a new program, use a new program language. Maybe I should make a bridge. Maybe I should do this. You see what I'm saying? Then we'd have already knew this stuff going in, and he could have been planning better. The problem I have with Pulse Chain, let me say this, because I think this gives cause and a good reason to have reasonable doubt about Ricky with Pulse Chain. The problem I have is he cut 3 times to measure once. It was exciting, right? He probably was, I don't know. I ain't gonna talk Hex today. But with Pulse Chain, he was excited. It was a good time in DeFi at that point. It was a bull market. Things were great. You know what I'm saying? So he just assumed that he could easily do it. He was either overzealous with how smart he was or how good he, but I'm trying to, let me be nice. You know what I'm saying? But either way, we were sold something that now has been altered, that's what's being offered. So now I don't have an opportunity. My money's locked. In securities, my money's not locked like that. So on this side of things, it's okay to believe in Richard Hart. It's okay to like Hex. I'm not saying it's not. It's like, I'm not against Hex. No, You know what I'm saying? Fully for Hex. Trust me, I'm fully for it. You know what I'm saying? Pulse chain, more than Hex, pulse chain for sure. You know what I'm saying? The pulse chain. But I will tell you this, you know, up until a couple weeks ago, Richard Hart was not giving any updates on this, right? So maybe people like money is needed, right? I'll be that guy to get us all in a better position. But if you didn't know, and especially, if you're into other things right now, if you're into tokens and things like that, I still think Hex is the best buy because it allows people to stake and it's very clean on what it offers. Now, let's get into something else. Ooh, I'm gonna check y'all out in the chat. Y'all think I forgot? I did not forget about you. I got you. Hold on. Let me get some of these about the way. Y'all know my computer name is Rosa. She get the plan. She don't like getting up for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I got to treat her right. Hold on, y'all. Appreciate y'all rocking out with me. Let me see what y'all talking about. Ooh, y'all lit in that chat. I appreciate ya. Oh, Tina, like, man, let James in the pickle juice. All right, what y'all know about that? Ooh. Let's see. Hey, Adir, what's going on, bro? He say BT say he's snagging up some trunk. Okay. Adrian said I legit trust. Okay, cool, man. Good for you, bro. Then say okay, I used to trust to keep an eye on the wild. Okay, yep. We being positive, y'all. Right. Meta say, any day now, Ricky. Right, bro. Meta. I'm just what I'm trying to say. We can't be so nice, what was promised was not a attempt to figure out bridging. I would have never, bro. I would have never sacrificed so much if I had to worry about how many things he's gonna want to do. You see what I'm saying? Like everybody has to be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't because he made some people some money. I'm gonna be real with you. Vitalik did too. You know how much ETH is locked up in ETH? You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. Vitalik did too. You know who made more people more money than anybody? Satoshi Nakamoto. He's just, you see what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter what he's done. You gotta produce on something, man. You know what I'm saying? Or find a way for people not to be sitting here waiting on money that even though there's no expectations, there's always got to be an expectation, bro. If we don't have expectations on nothing, then the world looks differently, right? If I don't put expectations on my kids, what does that mean? DeFi can't be all no expectations. So that's what I'm trying to say. I don't just rock with Ricky regardless. You can't. His words don't. His words come from a single guy who has figured out a way to become wealthy. His perspective. You see what I'm saying? So that's something that you just gotta, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta go. I think you just gotta approach it differently. But yeah, Ricky moving too slow. He is, man. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? He is, bro. He is. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is. Then said Mo said trying God. I'm on. Woo, Ben. You know what's crazy? I think about it now, man. I spent so much time on trying. We did. Everything was trying. Everybody on Binance Smart Chain right now, which I'll talk about some Binance Smart Chain in just a minute. Everybody on Binance Smart Chain right now, you got to understand. Tron was the Binance Smart Chain before Binance Smart Chain. Tron made one major problem, made one major issue. They made one hiccup. The major hiccup on Tron was that now this is what kind of sucks. I'm gonna be real because Tron basically allowed the node holders to vote, right? So when you allow the node holders to vote, they voted to basically make Tron more expensive. They basically made Tron into a mini Ethereum. The fees to trade on Tron became unbearable to regular people. It started costing $5 to $10, even more to just do any one transaction. What happens when it happens? It really constricts what can happen with that token. Now, what's funny is they can vote to change Tron back to how it was, which we was paying less than a penny per transaction. That's when we was on Tron. So all my new people don't know that. Like we were on Tron for a long time for that very reason. But they changed the rules. Now they can change it back. Cool. But also, let me say something about Tron. Thank you for bringing this up, Vin. I'm an old guy. We got great. I've been over, Vin. We've been over so long, bro. But going back to Tron, one thing y'all got to understand is Western world versus Eastern world, right? That's very important. Tron is a primarily Eastern world. Binance Smart Chain, although CZ's from I think China, that don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Binance Smart Chain is a little broader, way broader than Tron was. Tron and them, they love Justin Sun. If I'd have named this Tron something, I would have got all Eastern people on. I'm telling you, they rock. I think Hex is something. Tron was something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was something, and it's a whole slew of them. It's a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, shout out to you, Vin. Look at Vin said, Ricky, killing us, bro. Come on, man. Step it up. Right, Vin. He gotta do something, bro. He gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Thank you, Vin. Here we go. Here we go. Got that up, Vin. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Vin says Stack Cash is gonna be fire. Don't sleep on this. Exactly, Vin. We've, I'm gonna be real. Us DeFi vets, we didn't figure this out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to a point that I think this is gonna be great for everybody. And you gotta think, even we're talking about Hex and Pulse Chain and all that stuff, right? Hex is just a token with one capability, which is staking. I'm gonna talk about T-shares really quickly. It's just a token with one thing that it does well. I don't think being immutable is actually good for Hex. Because it's going to stay that way, and all it really does is stake, and it pays y'all in tokens over time, but nobody can guarantee that token value but Richard Hart. You see what I'm saying? If he wants to. It could have a lot of hype behind it, but at some point people are going to want to get paid, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. You have to figure out that people want to get paid at some point. They don't want to stay for 15 years. That's not appealing. Nobody, if I went into the bank right now and said, what is the CD I can get? Oh, you can get a 5-year? That's the max. Nobody got no 15-year. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's long. That's a long time. So, that's basically getting y'all to lock y'all funds up or lock your tokens up for a long time. Oh, I made more. Right. We'll look at that in just a moment. I'd actually disagree with that. I don't think if you're not a whale, Hex is a whale game. Essentially, if you're not a whale there, you're not going to do well. Ooh, if you're not a whale, you're not going to do well. You're going to do okay. We'll see what happens when the cheaper fees come on Pulse Chain. You get to copy and all that good stuff. If that still happens, I don't even know. But yeah, Stack Cash is it though, Vin. It's just the next level of technology, fairness. I don't really know what else you can. Liquidity. I don't know. Like, that's the crazy thing, man. It's gonna be the liquidity, bro. You can't argue liquidity, So here's what it is. Quad said, Ricky coming out with Pulse Chain. I'm in no rush. I knew it would take time though. Dang, Quad, you knew it would take years though? I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't think it was gonna take no years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought it was gonna take at least a year. Okay, I'm cool with that. But once he just kept pushing it, and my thing was Quad, he adding stuff he wanted to do with it. I'm like, wait a minute. Did you even plan this? Like, that's my problem, Rick Quaz. I was like, Ricky didn't plan it, bro. He just did some stuff. Now you got to understand that's his personality type, right? We over at Stack Cash, we had the basis of it for a while, but now we've just expanded so much on it, and I'm happy we did. We measured 3 times. You look, the board members they mad at me. They're like, Money, we ready, bro. Put it out. I'm like, no, slow down. We gotta do it right. Now, there's still gonna be things that need to be edited, of course. But if you figure out what your plan is, then you can get there easier. And that's my problem with Pulse Chain. But yeah, shout out to you. Now, I'm gonna be happy when it comes. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be very happy when it comes. So it is what it is. Bags, thank you, Vin. See, thank you, board member. Thank you, Vin. He said the most important thing is to get it done and to get it right. Exactly. We're going to get it done. We got to get it done. You know what I'm saying? But get it done right. Thank you. Vin said he got to head out. MCM. Stack Cash. Let's go. Thank you, Vin. I'm going to check you on the next one, bro. Quad said facts. Right on. All right, y'all. So now let me show y'all something real quick about Hex. I just need y'all to have an understanding because I'm a part of Hex too. So don't think, oh, Money. No, I'm a part of it. I just need y'all to understand it. Now, the reason I talk about Hex is because they have a big market share. And what I mean by that is, as far as all of crypto, they have a huge market share. If you look on Twitter right now, we can look at Twitter, but if you look on Twitter, it's mostly hexagons. I mean, that's really, if you look at crypto, it's hex. That's a marketing phenomenon. It just is. But on the inside of it, a lot of those people have been in since, like me, since early, right? I'm not thinking about me. I'm not thinking about people that was in, all these other contracts. We'll be all right. It's everybody else and what's going to happen in the future of it. The thing is, when people get a T-shares essentially lets you gather more hex over time if you want to keep it simple. That's what it basically does, it basically gives you your value, your APY is minting fresh hex, right? So at some point, I don't know if hex gonna need some kind of burning mechanism or something because this is a lot of it staked. But what happens when it's unstaked? Everybody has it figured out. Everybody knows it's the greatest, right? But these things that I worry about, and not just worry about, I just see a flaw in it. Like, I don't know if I like that. But let's look at T share. This is explained here. Shout out to looking into hex. I don't know why they got the rainbow up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, that's like saying, oh, let me, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to. Okay. Shout out to them though. Thank you for this. But here they just got some information on what T-shares is and what the maximum APY is. Now, the one thing that dealing with stack cash right now, you know what I'm saying? Every day in my head, I gotta get back to work in a second. But dealing with APYs and APRs, the difference is an APR is a rate that's set. APY is based on basically compounding. So that's why APY is always higher. So the APY is the highest you can probably possibly get. The way that this staking works is that you can't really, the APR, I think is like 36%, something like that. It might be way less than that. I don't know. But the APY is kind of disingenuous because it's based on all the staking, and you don't know, it can go up and all that stuff. It's decent, but it's not high either. 38% APY is not high at all. And the amount of time that you have to lock this stuff up for, I'm gonna be real. I thought it was just me because I've been staking. I will be staked forever. You know what I'm just is what it is. Let me be very transparent about where I stay. No, I got hex. I'm gonna probably always have hex. Is what it is, bro. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I was early, whatever. Be early and stack cash. Matt, stack cash. Listen. If you like a token that's gonna go up in price, just imagine hex without being manipulated. Just imagine if the OA was autonomous, immutable, did what it's supposed to do without nothing. Just imagine that. And then just imagine this stake, but you put a 0 in front of it. You can speed that. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about stack cash at another time, bro. I can't stop. Monday, gotta catch to the Mondays. Listen, y'all gonna see a lot of Muddy on everything. Also, y'all watch the DeFi Crypto Show with Muddy Mo. Hit that like. Do I gotta say it? Let me drink the H3O so I can say it right. Oh, here we go, another round. Drink the H3O so I can say it right. Y'all know what I'm gonna say. Hit that like. Oh, I'm too good at it. I'm too good at this. Okay. Now, I'm the DeFiologist. Y'all know that. I'm a nerd for this stuff. So let's talk more about this because people, the problem is, it's just like anything, right? Like the red boots. Oh, let's talk about it. The red boots that people trying to wear, that's a social experiment, seeing how stupid y'all are. Right? They did the same thing they did with Sticker. Oh, they're gonna be $500. Now they $2,000 because they make them dead stock. So they make them whereas it's gonna get more and more expensive over time. That's funny. What we're doing over here is essentially the same thing, but we're not trying to trick nobody. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real with you. It's literally the same thing. Coming back over here, what you hear, especially from the biggest group of influencers, which is Hex right now, what you hear is so much about what was great about it, but you never hear the other side. My key is having the understanding of the other side of it, right? And seeing how we can make that cash better. I'll just now, real quick. So let me explain how this. I'm not going to explain T-shirts the whole nine. But essentially what it's doing, once you just say you form a stake, right? All you're doing is burning a hex, essentially, right? And then it's going to mint you more by the time the maturity of your stake ends. That's all it's doing, right? So it's inflating, no matter what. But the way that Hex and Richard Hartz fights that inflation is through the OA, right? So he's the biggest whale there. So he's going to always have more than everybody. So he can combat inflation a little bit because there's going to be more and more tokens available on the market. There just has to be. So Richard Hart probably is going to be the richest person in the history of the world, most likely. If this is as successful as everybody thinks. Now, as far as what I think, I don't think it's going. I think it's a fad. I really do think it's a stack cash and some other projects come about to show people that there's more things you can do with a token than this. I think this is going to be it, but you have to create a new wave, right? Hex is a wave of people, right? It was a big wave, you know what I'm saying? Because then this is the thing, that wave had money, so they're still here. Other waves that didn't last don't have money no more, so they're not here anymore. But all Hex is a wave. Ethereum, Bitcoin was the first wave, right? There's Bitcoin maxis. Richard Hart was he still is a Bitcoin maxi, right? That's his wave. He was in that wave. Ethereum was a wave. Some of these people using Ethereum and never use nothing else. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't tell them nothing about no Ethereum. That's their wave. Then Hex in the middle under Ethereum was another wave, right? You can't tell them against Hex right now. You can't tell them that Richard Hart ain't perfect. You can't. They're not gonna hear you. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no way you're gonna get in there. This is just a wave, but this is what happens with technology. Look at the Bitcoin technology. You can't do nothing extra with it, right? It's a store of value. Perfect. Cool. Look at Ethereum. Oh, now you can do dApps. Cool. Look at Hex. Oh, now you can stake. Cool. Look at Stack Cash. Oh, now we can do all of that plus a whole bunch of other stuff that we're going to talk about on Monday. Oh, we're going to start talking about it on Monday. All I'm trying to say is if you're a Hexagon, if you're fair with yourself, you're going to understand what's going to happen because I want to show y'all something. I'm going to let y'all go on this. We got a little bit more to talk about. I'm going to let y'all go for today. Real quick, look at how long this stuff lasts. This is the one thing that, if anything, DeFi and crypto specifically moves way too fast to be waiting this much time. This is going to outlast multiple bear and bull markets. If you got to stay for 5, it's just too long, bro. It's 15 years is a long time. That time ain't guaranteed to us. You know what I mean? Like, so, I think it's just building a hope to make it that long. I do. That's a long time. We was in the matter of fact, we was in the transform lobby, which was started this for a year. It's 350 some days. You know what I'm saying? So, but you get more for staking up for this extended amount of time. It's a reason why. Oh, I'm just gonna give you more tokens. It's not necessarily giving you more money. People assume the price is gonna be great, but you can't assume price with nothing here, right? Richard Hart can manipulate it, and I don't know if that's what we want, if that's what most of y'all want, but this is saying I don't want you to touch this for a very long time. If you do, I'm gonna take a lot of this money. To me, that's what it says. That's not realistic timeframes. Nobody come over here with no 15-year wait. We don't have to do that in the real world, right? There's a 20-year bond. I think that's the max. You know what I'm saying? Like, so and also bigger pays better. Now, this is the hook. All my guys, if you're not a millionaire right now from Hex, then you're not understanding what this means in Hex. Bigger pays better means I'll always have more than you. That's very, very similar to traditional finance, guys. You got to see these things. This is a whale contract. They make more of it. This is why Stack Cash is going to come and change this mess. They make way too much more of it, right? That means that they have control of it. They can stake it if they want, which they're not even staking it. We'll talk about that. But that's a facade to keep poor people in it. I'm serious. This is a whale. Hex is a whale game. It is. Now, it's good to have some. I'm not going to, I want to be a whale, but it's not. Hex is not a good token to make you into a whale. That already happened. If you weren't in it, early like we were, then you just probably not where you want to be with it. I get that, right? But other things like Stack Cash is gonna have a stack token, which is a store of value. It's gonna go up in price, and it's built to. Hex is actually built to. Only thing Hex is built to do is go up in value and go up in tokens. That's it. That's it. The price, and that's why Richard always talk about the price because he can control that. The price is gonna be the price, right? Whatever Richard wants it to be. But the main thing here is this is a volume game. But you spending all your time to wait on some volume that you don't know what the price of that volume going to be. That's not fair to you. It's not fair to people to bank themselves off of that. You see what I'm saying? But the bigger pays better is the biggest. It's the biggest trick to me to get all the rich richer, right? Because even if you are rich in the real world, you can just pop in here and buy enough to get this 10%, and now you move in 10% faster. Percentages matter a lot. This is unfair to me. To have richer people get more, rich people get richer is not helping the platform. Now, let me show you the trick. Because I'm not against Richard Hart. I like what he did. I like what he created, right? I like that, he created T-shares to go up. So that means you're going to just get more of it, right? The more T-shares you have, the more Hex you're going to get. The more volume you're going to get. Cool. It's a volume game. It's not a cash game. Richard holds all the I'm trying to be, you know what I'm saying? But so you see that the T-shares are built to go up, which is great. Also, what's funny is in Stack Cash and some other projects, you can you don't need it can be either volume of number of tokens going up, or it can be a price going up. Which one you want? You don't need it. The token game is one thing. This is old tech to keep building tokens and building tokens and hoping that you just, oh, I got enough of it, I'm gonna get more of it. Cool, yes, it's gonna go up in price, right? But other things are gonna go up in price a lot faster, right? After it gets pulse chain come out and all this stuff and it evens itself out. This is essentially just going to be a quantity thing. Quantity. Add more. You burn, you're going to mint more. Burn, mint more. Now, let's keep it moving real quick because I got more stuff to talk about. I'm going to let y'all go. Almost moving up on 2 hours. I'll try to keep it under. Am I at 2? No, we got about 20 bucks. We got that time. We're going to relax. Let's talk about the T-share price, right? T-share, if you think about it, is how much more hex tokens you're going to get for how much you burned or how much you staked, if you want to, what they're going to call it. So your T-share price is the more you can get for your hex. That's basically what that is. So the T-share price is $716 and all that stuff. It was at the highest, it was 8,600 per T-share. Now if you're in hex, this is so you can be aware. This is what I think is what's gonna hurt it, is the staking. What made it laugh is gonna make it cry eventually. The staking is too long and it's too quantity driven for the top guys. All right, that's my point here. It's the valuations. Okay, yep. And this is comparing it to Bitcoin and Ethereum, which is cool. That's good stuff right there. All right, this is what I want to show y'all real quick. Payout per T-share. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's see. Like, this is the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the daily payout. Hadn't been changed in a while. And this is, I think this was Transform Lobby ending. Yeah, big payday. Yeah, this was big payday and then it evened on out. And this is the biggest. This is what I came here to show y'all. And we're gonna move on. This is what y'all need to look at, right? The staking participation means the most. It really does. Because the sell here for everybody is, oh, the staking. Cool. Let me show y'all something. Because that's not, you gotta think for yourself. That's not actually true. Because the staking is meant to get dummies in it. The smart guys are trading it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm seeing this correctly, you will make more trading it than you will waiting to stake. Because by the time you enter your stake, I'm trying to plan it around other people's stakes. Cool. But the value of the token, you getting more tokens, true. But if your price is down, like it's gonna equal itself out. But the problem is if you staking it, you either rich or you one of a few people that's staking. Sorry to say it. It just is what it is. Now, this is all, I think, this is the big payday. So this is after the initial transform lobby. This is just, y'all see the big dive in people who are staking. Because at one point, especially at big payday, everybody stakes so we can get extra tokens. And then a lot of people don't. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people came back and that's cool. But this is what a strong mega whale does, right? This is what the OA does. The OA is going to keep this thing alive no matter what, right? So it's not going away. So people, no, it's not. It's not going away because it has a mega whale in it. Guess what else has a mega whale in it? That's automated though. Y'all guess this. Don't get me started, bro. We know what we doing over here. I'm just saying, bro. All this is why this is gonna be around probably forever. It's because of the mega whale. All right, it has the most and it does what it wants with it. And if it's helping the platform, it'll help. Now you can't guarantee that with over here with OA. He's not transparent about what happens with it. But Stack Cash is very transparent with what happens with it. All right, sorry. I mean, y'all get the daydreaming sometime. All right. Now, staking was at 80% of people. So if you held hex early, 80 to 90% of people held in the early days, and they see less stakes. Then you had everybody stay for big payday, and then look at the stakes. Look at this. So right now, if you're basing your reasoning for being in hex on T-shares and staking, unless you're a whale, right, and unless you have some kind of, I don't even know, you're going to be getting the same rate. And I think that's how it's built to be, but it's not great. And then the biggest problem is you see right here, the staking participation is at less than 10% of the people. So less than 10% of the hex is staked. Most people are not staking. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what now, hold on, because something here is at play too. Pulse chain is heavily at play. You know what I'm saying? Like people want that liquid hex. Why do they want liquid hex? Right? Why do you think Richard Heart's not adding enough liquidity to it? You got to put these things together. If you just trust and believe these people, they're already rich. They're not going to help you, even if they sound nice. You know what I'm saying? They can put, we talked cologne earlier. They can put on their nice cologne. You know what I'm saying? You bring your roses and chocolates, but they ain't got that rubber in their pocket to protect. You know? Oh, they ain't protecting you at the end of the night. At the end of the day, they're not protecting you. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not telling you the whole truth of it. And then everybody wants to be so much smarter than everybody who might have something to say about Hex. That's not true. You know, with less than 10% of the people stake, that means that even Hexicans don't believe. Like, what? That's not enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, if they include the OA, I don't know why the OA it should be staked. I don't know why it wouldn't be. But this doesn't make sense. So it's what it is. If you didn't know 10% of people are staking Hex, then now you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody staking with. Now, if you, it's a constant way to make gains, though, if you learn how to ladder stake and all that stuff. But with Stack Cash coming, some other projects, you don't need to do that no more. You know what I'm saying? That's too much work. And also, you got to pay fees, bro. I don't want to pay no fees, bro. I don't want to pay no fees, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, bro. Just saying. Say, I'm about to let y'all go. I got 15 minutes. I'm gonna let y'all go, bro. Y'all rocking with me. Y'all rock with me. Hit that like. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like. Also, check me out on the Telegram. I got everything in the description. Check me out, Stack Cash, the link tree, all that good stuff. Take the Money Mill link tree. Ooh, I'm a promo dude. I'm good at this. Ain't I? Good at this. Smart said, even though there are 15-year stakes with Hedron and Icosa, you no longer have to hold a stake for 15 years. Okay, fire. Now, Smart, I ain't talking about, I'm talking about Hex. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, Hedron and Icosa changed the game. But I'm gonna be real with you. You know, I'm just, that's great what they're doing. I'm just not easily impressed. It's a reward token. That's what Pulse X is. Well, at least what Hedron is. And Icosa is a staking of Hedron, which they're great and for what they do. But, you can't, here we go with the cologne, or let me say perfume. You can't spray perfume on the same intrinsic problems and think it's going to change the essence of that smell. Ooh. Hedron and Icosa is to keep us calm and to not sell Hex for a while, which is good because Hexicans made it. That's great. That's really good about it. I like Hedron and Icosa. I'd rather have more value than not. And Icosa, Hedron is free stuff, right? But at a certain point, you got to understand that even that's still kind of basic. If you telling somebody about it and they're in DeFi or they're in other projects that make more money, they won't see that as a big help, because you know why? Who's getting most of the Hedron? Who's getting most of the Icosa? It's the extra 10% on them stakes that's killing it. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no need to give rich people extras. Not that much extra unless they do something to help y'all. Right now, they stakes ain't helping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being real. People getting their little pennies off, but they getting them big chunks of it. That's always going to be, it's immutable. So that's always going to be the case with Hex. But a lot of people don't know really how it works. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just, this and this. That's cool with that size stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that's cool. If he's on Costa, they said you don't have to stay 15 years. That's good. Now, Maxi need to catch up. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, I like that, though. That's decent. And I don't think they can because they can't end the stake. So it's just weird. Smock said, yeah, but people do a 30-year mortgages and 30-year bonds. In China, mortgages go up to 100 a year. We might not make it 15 years, but keys can be given to our children. The only difference is the stable that's used. Now, that's a difference. If you want to talk about the dollar and stuff, that's a different thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but that's different though, and that's bringing direct value. Hex doesn't bring a direct value until you sell it. So you can live in your house with that 30-year bond, 30-year mortgage, and it'll suck paying on the APR and all that good stuff. But at the same time, it's giving you a use case right now for it. Other than Hedron, which is, thank God for Hedron. You know what I'm saying? Icosa, because without it, it'd be hard pressed to see what the point of Hex. But with those, yes, you can sell those, right? Which brings you some utility, but at the same time, that's a completely different market. You know what I'm saying? If you're talking about mortgages and things like that, yeah, it's just not quite in my mind, it's not the same thing, at least how I'm seeing it. Now, you could be seeing it the other way, though. You know what I'm saying? Which, I'd love to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But to me, I'm getting a value out that mortgage. Even if I might be getting raped, I still got a place for my kids to lay their head, Tina said, what we have is Stack Cash is next level. Facts, Tina. Tell them, Tina. Tina, tell him, Tina. Talk to him, Tina. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk about that right now, but Monday will be here before you know it. You want to talk about it now, Tina? Don't you? Me too, Tina. It's next level. Now, it's a reason I broke down Hex. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a lot of Hexagon, good Hexagon people that are gonna block us off, Tina. They just are. They don't. I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I'm gonna keep trying though, Tina. You know what I'm saying? Because it is next level, and it's not fair for them to not look into it because they've been told that Hex is always better than stuff because it did 10,000x. Ethereum did too. Bitcoin did more than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, bro. We'll get them, Tina. We'll get them. You know what I'm saying? I'm there with you. But yeah, I'll wait till Monday. We got it coming. We got it. We're going, yep. Okay. Spot said Hex inflation is capped at 3.69 annually and only gives to stakers. That's less inflation than Bitcoin and a dollar. Yeah, that's true. But it's still, you still got to think that 3.69 is variable. So if people in stakes, it'll be a little bit higher, which is great, but it's not that great because it's well driven. Again, think about it. Right now, a whale could just say a whale, whoever just dump out of Hex to, they can drain liquidity. Now, Ricky add more, but not just that, not all those tokens are going to be available. All I'm trying to say is the staking is what's the most unfair. The 3.69% APY, oh, it's safe, it's good, it's cool. And let me be clear. I still use it. Everybody knows still use it if you're not dumb. You know what I'm saying? So you still use it. Don't get me wrong. But that's not the best way to make gains long term. I won't bank on that staking. I used to, but now I know the smart people aren't even, I don't know what they're doing. They're not staking. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it like, hey, yes, the inflation works for stakers, the people who believe. A lot of people are showing that they don't believe. Maybe that's, I don't know who that is. But the problem is the stake, the same thing that made them laugh is going to make them cry because that's a whale game, right? I'm not going to say no names, but just say one or two people, you know, oh, hey, Richard Hart got his, whatever. Then you got other people who are whales too. You see what I'm saying? And that makes it worse because they're going to always have enough to dump, always have enough. They'll never need to. Some of y'all still got to buy Hex. You know what I'm saying? Build your stakes, ladder stake. By the time you build all these ladders and you waste your time, because the time is the most valuable asset, not the money. You know what I'm saying? You can't get the time back. So all these years you spend waiting, you know what I'm saying, to get your gains, to get this, right? You never know what they can. You never know. Richard Hart gonna be here. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, nobody knows how the OA work. It's just, you just never know. But yeah, good stuff though. Yeah, and I'm right. I agree with you. You said bigger and longer pays better. Right. But think about what I'm trying to tell you though, too. If bigger and longer pays better, then what? That's what I'm trying to say. That's the problem, is the bigger and longer. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they're gonna always make more and more. And not just that, 10% more of what you would make on a typical stake. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so the little guy can stake longer and keep up, but you're wasting your time, right? If you do the $1,000 challenge, right? Because unless you just wait on the price for Hex, which, you know, that's just like buying tokens, and that's cool. Everybody can do that, and you can stake. So it's actually added value. If you not, I'm gonna be real with you, Smart. I think initially my biggest sell on Hex is the biggest thing I'm against now. It's for people who just don't want to think about it. They just want to stake and just, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm gonna get more. I'm cool with that. And that's cool. That's a place for that. And I'm not against that at all. But at the same time, I can't, you know, you don't know what the price we don't know what the price gonna be. And I think instead of raising quantity, and even though you got all these checks and balances on the quantity, instead of raising the quantity, you know, let's see what happens when you raise this price. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's see what happens when you raise this price and you have less tokens available to sell. Let's see what happens there. You see what I'm saying? It has to be a mindset change, though. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't want to spend 15 years, even if I am, just say if I got $100, I really can't use Hex. If I got $1,000, I really can't use Hex. Because how much am I going to make? I'm just waiting on the price accumulation that other people have to do for me. Whereas in Stack Cash and other things, I can have more say in how much I make. You see what I'm saying? If I got $1,000, if I got 10,000, even 10,000 really ain't enough in Hex. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you can't make a living off that. You see what I'm saying? Like with things like Stack Cash and some other things, you can actually make a living off this stuff. So I like what they have, but my thing is there's other things. There's other things that's gonna rock. Yes, that's my right. Now listen, this is good stuff to talk about, bro. I appreciate, you know how it is. You day one. You know you a Stack Cash too. Of course you are. You know what I'm saying? Of course you are. You know, ain't no way you ain't gonna not be in stock cash, bro. You already know what time it is. Facts. Tina, yep. Tina be on it. You know what I'm saying? Tina's a network. I love that. Tina's a networker. You know what I'm saying? Anybody, everybody, we gonna talk about it. Yep. Can't wait to push it. Yeah, Tina. It's worth being excited about. So we'll talk more and more. Wait till Monday, y'all. Stay tuned. Also, in the meantime, you need to join Telegram. You need to join Discord. You need to join really Discord too. You need to join all these things, bro. Don't get left behind. People, oh, I want to get it early. I want to get it early. Just be talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, come be a part of it. You can vote too. You know what I'm saying? How about that? You want to choose what colors we? No, we already got that. If you want to choose some other stuff, you can vote on that too. We got a vote coming up today. You know what I'm saying? We got we're built different, right? So with Stack Cash, let me just say this real quick. It's not about what you've seen already. Just understand this for what it is, and then you'll be easier to onboard and to get into it and ingratiate yourself in it and see all the greatness of it. It's a lot to it. It's nothing like y'all ever seen. You know what I'm saying? That's why even explaining it, I'm even going to explain it to my board members to even more to make sure they understand Stack Cash and what it works, because there's even the devs, they even talk to me. There's nothing like this, right? We might have parts of all kind of projects, but it's nothing that I can say, yeah, look at this project. That'll be a injustice to it. We can't do that, you know? So good stuff. Tina Tate. Small said, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? We crypto at heads at the end of the day. We ain't selling for one project. Exactly, Small. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm a hex again. You know that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm gonna have hex forever. So I'm just saying, you know, I don't see how people are going to be onboarded onto Hex at this point, especially until we see what happens with Pulse Chain and PHEX and all that. But other than that, I get it though. You know what I'm saying? I get what they got going, but I really want the Hexicans to really see what else is out here. You know what I'm saying? Because again, they're stuck in their rut. Like XRP, it's our XRP army. They stuck in their rut too. Everybody just stuck in ruts. You know why? It's because the real world is like that. Oh, I got Tesla when it was early. I got Amazon when it was early. You know what I'm saying? They get stuck in their ruts. Now you can never buy them to stock. You know what I'm saying? You might throw a couple dollars at penny stocks, but you ain't touching nothing else. But that's not how things work. You can have success once. That doesn't guarantee future success, right? Your one success, if it's done right, it can do well for you. But is it going to set a system up for your kids to continue that wealth or continue that gains that you made? No. There's only going to be a first time for everything. So the first time, Hex 10,000x. First time, Stack 100,000 X's. You see what I'm saying? It's only going to be one time for that to happen. So is what see. Ooh, this is the DeFi Crypto Show with Muddy Mo. This is episode 1. We started over. Fresh slates. You know what I'm saying? You can still go watch the old stuff if you want, but fresh slates. You know what I'm saying? So we all positivity. All right. Let me get to the business. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all talking to me. All right. Let's see. All right. Real quickly. This is the DeFi markets. Now, I've been talking a lot of crypto. I talked a lot of base level crypto with Hex, right? I'm going to talk about what's hot. I might talk about Zen tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to go live. I don't know. But what I will say is this is the space where I'm most accustomed to, that I buried myself. You know, I ingratiated myself and all of that. And it's the DeFi area with smart contracts that make gains for people every day. And typically is more than 0.5% per gains per day is high. It's also high risk. There's also a lot of things that we're kind of swimming through. You know what I'm saying? Like we doing the breaststroke, you know, they're doing the doggy paddle through, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, there is good guys here that's here to help, you know. So I'm just gonna be as positive as I can be, and just keep it moving. Okay, so we got Elephant, which is just a smidgen down, and just being more informational. So essentially the Elephant contract has come down to like the futures contract, in my opinion. It can do well if it gets good adoption with futures. However, until then, they just had a big change with Stampede and also like some UI changes and some different stuff. I do think it's a little harder to use. And not just that, it's a higher minimum as well. So I think it's not going to get the same kind of adoption it should be in order to recover. Now, this, like many other projects in the DeFi space, y'all got to understand, with the bull market, it hurt a lot of projects. Some projects have been hurt in other ways, but typically the bull market and then people needing gains, and this space pays every day typically. This is the easiest place to take gains from. So it's a lot of projects that are still holding on and in recovery mode. But one thing you got to understand about the recovery mode, this is what I appreciate from all these projects, right? All the ones that try to stick around. Um, all these recoveries is going to take a massive amount of people to get in it. So in order to recover in most cases, because there's a few people who has gotten a lot of the money. So that's something that Stack Cash and what we're doing there is fixing those said problems. So you don't see, hopefully you won't see as much red with any of the tokens at Stack Cash. But anyway, back to Elephant. So the Elephant token, initially, it was all about the reflections of it. And now, it's essentially its main treasury is basically used to pay back most of the contract. That's a very risky undertaking, but if adoption comes, and that'll grow basically. And good things will happen if that treasury gets a lot. But if people sell off the Elephant token, I don't think a lot of the good things are gonna happen for that. So I did good though. I did good. You know what I'm saying? I did really good. I know I did. You can't tell me I did. All right. Trunk. Trunk is a little, I think Trunk is a little less needed now. The reason I say that, and you see how objective, I'm really good at being objective. Um, the reason I say that is because, Trunk is essentially been replaced by BUSD. Since the futures contract takes BUSD to get in it. And it pays out in BUSD that's sold off from its treasury. The Trunk token has kind of been left astray. And then I think you've added that same system from futures onto Stampede. And the issue there is there was just a lot of people that were banking on Stampede and how it was originally ran. So that it made it a lot worse, and it's a lot more expensive now to compound in Trump. So just basically less user friendly overall. But it just we'll see what happens. The great thing is about all these contracts, and before I keep going, the great thing about these contracts is that they're long term. You know what I mean? Because typically in a stock or other token, these contracts would have been out of the way by now. So so good for them. All right, Pistol Race. I think Piston Race, y'all see is just a lot of red here. I need to move it back. I think Piston Race is at a position now where, maybe they could, get some new leadership or kind of disperse what they're doing to help them, or get some outside help. Pride is expensive. You know what I'm saying? Like Pride is very expensive, and it feels like Piston. This is a Pride thing. They had an idea for a game. I don't know what happened with that. But there's not much here other than it's just a contract that people are just trying to sell off. One of the good things about DeFi though is that it has many ways to survive. Sometimes it comes at the problem is it comes at the expense of people. So Piston has a long way to go. I think it's a systematic fix that needs to happen there. And I don't think they're close to it. I think they're kind of far off from that kind of change. So hopefully they can just hold some funds and try to stay around. Wow, I am doing so good. Yeah, listen, ain't nobody I'm new leaf. I told y'all. But yeah, so so Piston, I don't have a lot of hope for it. But at the same time, you can get your, some people it's usually going down about 4% a day. So that means the same, everybody's buying it, everybody's selling. I'm sorry, not everybody. Everybody's selling it, but the problem is that the contract makes you have to compound. So you really can't just get out of it if you want to get out of it fast. So it's just kind of a slow drag on kind of going away. We saw the same thing with Splassive. Splassive did the same thing. All right. And that's what's funny. Also for my crypto people, if you want to be interested in making passive gains, that's why I talk about DeFi, because all these projects are passive gain projects. Most of y'all probably don't know it exists, so, but I appreciate y'all rocking out with me, but just letting y'all know what we're seeing here. All right. Furio. Furio did one of the best jobs I've seen of creating an atmosphere for team building. However, I don't think the tokenomics long term is helping, and even recently, it's just we just want to see more green days. They tried a lot. I will say it's not at a point of not trying, but at the same time, transparency is key. So if Furio can have some of their new projects, boost them, and not just the new projects. What Stack Cash is specialized at is influence. If they get influence on this, maybe something can happen. But people want to see green days. This is supposed to be stable, and it's not so stable. So people want to see green days. So I think Furio could do something if they figure out to get three. I would say it starts with 3 green days. No matter what you want to do, if you can get 3 green days, that's a good start. Let's say 4. You know what I'm saying? 4 green days, and then you'll be in good shape. So, shout out to them. Let me see what else. What else? All right. Now my favorite right now. Y'all know I pick favorites. My favorite is ARC-V. Shout out to, I call him Teddy. I don't know why. I be making up names with people. I call him Teddy Atlas. You know what I'm saying? But no, shout out to Atlas and them over there, ARC-V. Shout out to Donatello. You know what I'm saying? He rock. He got put that work in over there for them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. Go check out Donatello too. Hit that like, all that. Go check him out. Go check out Tina on Twitter too. Don't hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all go do these things. Go do these things. Good people in crypto that y'all want to know. Also Vin. I don't know if I said Vin, but Vin too. Go check him out on YouTube. Vin lit. All right. ARC-V. I think they got the vibranium or part of it. They got part of it. They got a rock. Stack Cash, we got a country of it. You know what I'm saying? We got a country of Stack Cash. We got a country of vibranium. We got vibranium spewing out of our pores. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to ARC-V because they did something that's really, really big in this little space we call DeFi. What they've done is they figured out, to me, so far, they figured out a way to basically make CD contracts sustainable. Ooh. Snap that up, ARC-V. Snap that up. Short term now. We have not seen this thing long term. It's been 3 months, I think. 2.5 months, 3 months almost. It's a quarter, but what we're seeing here, it looks really good and really stable. It allows people to take gains every day, which Stack Cash does the same thing, right? If you incorporate any kind of CD contract in a protocol, you have to make sure that you're not allowing people to overly compound and then overly hurt your contract with one big swoop or one big sale, right? So ARC-V has a lot of thought when it's ARC-V. They got a big development team. I don't like what they're doing with their Spark in that other program, and I think it's too expensive. I think in Stack Cash, we figured that out with our NTTs, actually how to make that a little bit better. But ARC-V does have something there. They have something where they keep this price, and the price is gradually going up too. What it was. But if this price stays around this, I think they've added LMS from Horde. But if they keep this price around, it's a big red bar today or yesterday, whatever. But if they keep this price okay for a while, we'll see what happens. Stack Cash, we got an eye on ARC-V. We want to see what happens here. This is very important to the future of not just us, but all of DeFi. And we are all of DeFi, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. ARC-V is special right now because a lot of CD contracts, especially in a time when it's not really popular to be in a CD contract, they holding their own. You know what I'm saying? So ARC-V, if I had to suggest anything right now, if you want to get in something, it'll be ARC-V for sure. It's paying you every day. You compound it every day. Similar to, see, yeah. Smart mind. You know what they say about smart minds, right? You know what they say. But the thing I like about ARC-V every day, even if it ain't a lot of money, couple hours, but ARC-V does allow you to, again, sell some ARC every day, and it's like guiltless ARC. You don't feel bad. Oh, I'm gonna sell it. Yeah, cool. Yeah, please. You know what I'm saying? No big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, cool. So, what they've done is and I'll show it in a second, they've done a really good job on restricting how much people withdraw and compound every day, either way. And I like what they've done with that. Say the surprise of the week. Listen, Drip has been around a long time, over a year, some time, but Drip is still heavily promoted, and Drip has a lot of people working behind the scenes to try to help it build. With green days like this, cool. We don't care injections or this last green candle was a big green candle, very big. I think it might be the biggest one they've had. So 2 days ago was the biggest injection I think they've had. But the main thing is, there is a lot of people who have a lot of this. But at the same time, if you have it, it's good to see value here. And I'm gonna be real. I don't, other projects aren't spiking in price like this. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? Like if you spike in price, you get good press for me. Everything don't get talked about. You know what I'm saying? In that kind of way. So shout out to Drip for that. One thing that I wish that they would do is I think this is an old contract. You gotta find a way to update this. And there's just a lot of promises over here. It's been promises forever. Good that something's coming through, but I do fear that it's temporary. So if you're in Drip, do your thing. But yeah, so now Drip has, I'm gonna be real, I've made more with Drip in this space. Made Hex, but more with Drip than anything else. Drip is paid out over the longest period of time. So I give it that. Gotta give it its flowers. All right. Momentum mass, real quick. Um, yeah, I'm not too much into it now. I do know this dev team they're learning as they go. So shout out to them. Um, but I think they're just too new to DeFi. But ultimately, they do have something interesting on how they're working, how you get paid, and things like that. But for me, that time that you got to spend, you know what I'm saying? It's multiple. You got to keep being. It's too much to it. So shout out to man, shout out to them. Also, this is the DeFi Crypto Show with Muddy Mo. Make sure you hit that like. Also, y'all keep keeping comments. If you with me, leave a comment. If you with me, leave a comment. You see what I'm saying? Leave a comment. But yeah, so this is just for the people. Y'all know what we do. Animal Farm Pigs, this has been kind of on a steady decline. Um, this is, to be real with you, Animal Farm really reminds me mostly of like Hex, because it's a time thing. This just takes so much time. You got to work back. You get the dog token, the pig token. You got to wait for that. It's just kind of a waiting game, and some of the contracts kind of been treadmilling. You haven't been making too much, but you know it hasn't dumped as fast as I thought. So I think that's a good thing. I'm doing good. I'm doing really good, bro. I'm objective. Money's objective, bro. So I don't. But the problem is, I don't think Animal Farm Pays is promoted. But if it was promoted and people start wanting to wait, I think that might be an issue too. But if people want to wait, I don't think that's built from what people want to do. I think that was to save the contract. But if people want to wait, this could grow because they have a lot of promotion behind them. So, Stack Cash, we want that kind of promotion. You know what I'm saying? We want all the promotion. It's all good. But also the biggest thing overall in DeFi is that a lot of these contracts have been kind of separate. So, we could do this, we do this, we do this, and it's kind of been like money grab, money grab, money grab, money grab, right? But now again, Stack Cash and some other protocols, we're evolving into the future. That doesn't work, right? Most of these are down and to the right because of that kind of thinking. So we want to make sure that with new projects, there's new innovations and new things that are going to make us better in the future. Ooh, Muddy Preacher said, let me get y'all up out of here. We got Bees in. I was a fan back in the day. I was a fan back in the day, but now Bees in is, it's just, I think the leader over there, it just shows that he could do better. Um, I don't know. Matter of fact, I don't know if he can do better. Maybe I think he's just inexperienced in DeFi. And a lot of people think, oh, I can come up, dude. I did this, I did this, I did this. And your real world experience means nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know nothing, Jon Snow. You over here, your real world experience has nothing to do with this. You have to go to a DeFiologist like Muddy Mo, an influencer like Muddy Mo, to figure out what in the heck is going on, because it'll get you lost. And I think, Jack did, he did well trying to get to this point, but at the same time, BZN is just, NZN is just something to dump. And, people abuse here in DeFi. So that's what I'm trying to say. You got to have people who are going to be honest with you, that know what's going on. Anybody can sell a dream. And that's what, even with Stack Cash, like, they know that the board know this. I can sell y'all a dream all day. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to get something right that's going to work for real and be fair to us. So BZN is kind of going down. Same thing with Zen. It's just worse to be on Zen to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people on Zen, like, man, it's easy, bro. You not even man, you might not even make your fees back. Like, it's crazy. So it's just hard to find use cases for things like Zen and BZN. But I might do more of them next time I go live. Grizzlies going down. We got Imp going down. Hedron's up 1%. We got Maxi up 1%. Okay. Look at all the Hex stuff. It's up Hex. I think that Hex is up. I'm just playing. I don't even have a coaster up. I need to get our coaster back up here. But real quick, and I'm gonna let y'all go in a second. Hedron is up to 2003. Y'all know, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Maxi's up to 7 cent. I think Maxi made some changes. I'm not as hip. I'm so tired of ETH, you know. But shout out to them for that. That's why I look at Coinbase leaving ETH. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But Hex at 6 cents today. We already talked about Hex. But yeah, Hedron is basically the minimal. If you stake Hex, you get Hedron. So basically, you have to participate to get more. But again, there's not a lot of participation with Hex staking. So not a lot of people are getting Hedron, which means not a lot of liquidity is going to come into the whole thing, you know? So that's just some things I think about, you know what I mean? Things that make you go, you know. But yeah, Maxi is built a little different. It was initially based off a 15-year stake. This price don't indicate that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this could go up gradually. This was based off of stake. So all of these contracts are based off of Hex staking. And to me, my issue has been I found some holes in Hex staking. Even a contract that's too big of a whale could hurt Hex staking. So I don't like that, but I do like Hex. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to you. Okay, so this is last but not least. This is Golden Drip Share, newer project, made from the likeness or from underneath the Hex, not Hexes, the drip people, whatever they call. I don't know what they call themselves. But yeah, so Golden Drip Share. To me, to be honest, the APYs are too high. You know, people can deal with stable APYs, right? But when you got unstable APYs, it's going to lead to certain people dumping, right? I know they had a problem with that. Now it's down 34% on the day. You know, I don't know if the goal was to take this to fill drip liquidity. I don't know. But I do applaud them for trying, you know. Drip was seeing so much down price action that they had to do something. So this has the GDS token and some other tokens that they have, the lit token and some other tokens. Yeah, so I think this is a good initial thought. And then they had, now let me say this real quick because it's just DeFi. I think they took it a step too far. And this is when you can tell who's new. You can tell who's new to DeFi and kind of new to what we're doing because they have lofty dreams that don't really make sense to us. People always say, "Oh, are you going to bring outside money? Are you going to bring outside money?" You know what brings outside money? Your tokenomics and your price and liquidity. That's what brings outside money, and that's in anything. You don't need ain't nobody coming out to save you. Ain't no merch gonna save no site, bro. You know what I'm saying? Trading bots ain't gonna save no site. They're not. So with GDS and what is it? Droplet? I think that's the name of it. What they tried to do is I think they talking about like real estate and all that stuff. That's what starts. It just feels unbelievable, and I don't think they know that. But that's just in my opinion. I think though, they got a base or something, but it's not, to me, when I see they have some tweaks, it's not as innovative as I would like for it to be like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. I would want to see this better than Drip. And I would want to see that the project that they created was made to, it could help Drip, but it should be better than it, right? There was projects trying to help other projects in the space. But they weren't trying to be better. They were just trying to use it, right? And that's another thing then that I look up with Hedron and Icosa, right? With Hex. I know that they were built to be a certain way, but Maxi's built to be better than Hex. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I like about it. Icosa is pretty cool too. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, but Maximus is not built to just stop at hexes. It's gonna be like, yeah, you want to get some extra gains? We got something. We figured this out. Just better tech. So I would have wanted to have better tech over here. It's like rudimentary tech, and then they have some people with a lot of money. But when you have a lot of money go into something, typically you have negative 34% on them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just it sucks, but it is what it is. All right, 2 more screens, I'm gone. 2 more screens and I'm gone. Ooh, 2 more screens and I'm gone. Ooh, let me see what y'all talking about. Right, Tina. Tina said, "Have a great night, y'all." Everybody got a few clients in here. Okay, get the snipping. Tina said, "I'm gonna do my snips right today. Get it right, Tina. Get them looking good, Tina. Tina, get y'all. Listen, y'all in the area, man. Y'all holler at Tina, man. She gonna get y'all ladies looking right, bro. Yeah, I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? Tina got the gold scissors, bro. She got it, bro. Quaz, I'm glad you said this. Thank you for saying this, Quaz. He said, what is the developer history track record for Stack Cash, Mo? Or are you waiting the money to talk about it? We can talk about this now, Quaz. That's a very good question. Um, Now tell me, what's the developer that you know from whatever project you've liked? Let's say it's Drip. Who's the developer there? Who is the developer of that? It's only one or two projects that has one developer, right? Most of these developers have teams of developers, right? And then also I think, and you're an OG too, Quad, so you know the space, right? So you know what's going on. But I think that's been a misnomer, and I think Stack Cash is what makes us stronger. We're hiring all the best developers. We're working with developers. There's not one developer that can put a back door in our code that we don't get audited and get our money took. So it's not about the developer track history. It's about the influencers. It's about the people, right? A better question for us would be, what's y'all board history? What's y'all board track record? Because as a board, we're all DeFi vets, right? But we know how to hire them. It's a bunch of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just a bunch of them, Quas. So the mindset of what developer history, that doesn't mean much. I'm gonna be real. You know, as the architect of it, the developers come to me for ideas. You see what I'm saying? Like they can only do the vision that we give them. So I'm giving our devs, it's multiple. It's not going to be one. Multiple devs the ideas on how we want the money to be made for us. Does that make sense? But you're not wrong for that, because people originally have thought that about the space. But in my opinion, that's what made the space a little bit weaker, by trusting one person that can do all this work that at the time, back in the day, it wasn't, Solidity wasn't known by what, one or two, three people. Nowadays, they got whole courses with people learning this stuff. You see what I'm saying? So it's not to say we're gonna use rookies, but even a bigger thing is, Quaz, I think an even better question would be is what audits are y'all trying to get? Because it don't matter what devs and stuff we use, right? It matters if it works and if it's clean. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna double check everything, you know. But yeah, but it does matter, and I get where you're coming from with that, and thank you for saying that. But yeah, so we're using multiple developers. I'm gonna be honest with you. The board of committee, we can even vote if you want to add an additional API dev, we can get that person. If you want to add a different additional UI UX dev, we can get those persons. You see what I'm saying? So unlike other projects, our project is built to ingratiate and bring on more devs who want to be a part of it, bring on more influencers, especially who want to be a part of it, right? And then all making money, and then can add to it if they like. If you have a talent, bring your talent, you know. And then we obviously can pay as well once we get there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, but thank you for saying that, Quaz, because a lot of people were going to ask that. Monday, we're going to talk more about it. Now, let me be clear. Everything's not just coming out Monday. It's a slow roll. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all know the bull story. We walking it down. Ain't no fast walking. No, we ain't power walking. No, we slowly walking it down. So thank you, though, Quaz. But that's a great start. But yeah, there is, you know, and I'm urging our board and our committee to change. When people ask that, say, hey, no, it's about DeFi devs. I mean, DeFi influencers or DeFi vets, right? We'll get the right devs. What's your favorite dev? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk, like that's really what it's built off of. But we do have some we've been working with. And I'm gonna be real with you, Quaz. The devs that we've been working with, they're not from this space. We wanted, let me put your comment back up. With Stack Cash, and I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm giving too much away, but we wanted to work with devs who, you know, don't have a history of failure over here. I'm just gonna be honest. You know, we want people who are fresher, and you got to understand, it's the same programming language. Solidity is the same on Ethereum as it is over here. There's a lot more devs on the Ethereum side. A lot of them, they can use Binance Smart Chain, but they haven't typically done that. So we wanted to get completely fresh eyes on this stuff. And then we also have devs from this DeFi space. So ask me that same question in a month is a valid question. For now, though, what's more important is that we got DeFi devs who know what the heck we doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the point, girl. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's the easiest way to leave it. You know what I'm saying? Spot. Bro, I got another show for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to keep this one. You know what I'm saying? I got another show for you. We gonna talk. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, they're not making it. No, they're not making it. No. I got another show for you, and it's with Blad. We'll talk. Quads rolling. Okay, real quick. I got two more screens, and I'm gonna let y'all go, man. Appreciate y'all spending some time. I gotta get back to work. It's all about Stack Cash. I know how it is, but we ain't them days off at all. All right. So right now, if I had to talk about a DeFi project that I'm like, it's gonna be ArcFi. Now ArcFi has a lot of things going on, and I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Like now, you know, y'all might know why this in the future, but I'm okay with that because for what they're trying to do, what they've set out to do, they're being very successful. But y'all have to understand something too. Drip and Piston Race and Furio and ArcFi are CD contracts. They're a type of contract, right? Even Stampede is a CD contract. It's a certificate of deposit bonding type of contract. Those are a type. The one thing, I get what Arc was doing. It looks like these projects were trying to make better drips. That's what it seems, and that's why Stack Cash is so much different. We have a CD contract in it, but that's a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not even, bro. It's way more, man. Oh, I can't wait. I almost said something. Let me shut up. You know what I'm saying? It's way more, and it's clean, man. We gonna talk. But anyway, the one thing I don't like about ArcFi, even though I like people having their lane, so they say we're gonna master the CD stuff. Cool, let's do it. Liquidity is staying decent. That's good. They got a decent market cap too. But the one thing I don't like is these spark winners. In Stack Cash, we do address this. You need more winners every day. It's not enough incentive because you just say if you had 10,000 people, if you have one winner every day, yeah, they could win a lot, but that's like hitting the lotto. And a lot of us don't play the lotto. You know what I'm saying? We here because we don't play the lotto, bro. We don't do that. So I don't like how this is structured. And I think, let me not say that. Let me say it. I have turned over a new leaf. Let me say it correctly. I think this can be done better. Let's put it like that. I think they have enough devs here to even adjust it now, because I don't think they're getting much participation because of this. And then I think this prize pool is too low because they're not getting much participation. It's like it's a vicious circle, vicious cycle, But I do appreciate what they've done. I do appreciate they're very meticulous over here. These are smart people. Shout out to Teddy Atlas. I just keep calling him Teddy Atlas. Shout out to Atlas. I talk about good team leaders. I don't know if he's a dev or not, but he doesn't need. I don't think he is. He don't need to be. He's found and hired good devs. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that again, I think we're moving out of the who's the dev or what's the person that's doing this into more of a this is a us kind of thing. Oh, they changed something. I know they didn't. But this is a us kind of thing, and we can find the help that we need for it, do you have a vision? That's what Statcast makes us this. We had the vision for it. Huh. Okay. This is new. They just changed this. And I don't think I like. Ooh, Statcast. Y'all see this? Y'all see this? Let me shut up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see this? Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. Now we good. You know what I'm saying? All right. Shout out to Arc5. Jeez, man, they smart people over there. Boy, I tell you. All right. So yeah, so they got the movers here. You can move these things. Also, if you're on a committee, y'all gonna want to be on the board, bro. You're not getting everything. This is for the family, Stack Cash family. Get on that board, man, please. You know what I'm saying? Like, I work with everybody. Get on the board, bro. Right now. Like, you don't have time to wait. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. Anyway, but this allows you. I love to airdrop my folk, even though I don't have an NFT here, and I'll tell y'all why in a moment. But I like to airdrop my peoples. Y'all know how I am. You know what I'm saying? And then take that with a listen. I say that for a reason. Y'all know what we doing with Stack Cat. Anyway, I like to help my people. I like to airdrop my people. Just know that. But anyway, so they allow you to change your allocation of what you want to get every day. So you can compound more, withdraw more. I do not like this in this screen, Teddy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's that dude's name. I just keep calling him that. Whatever. I make up names for people. Whatever, Teddy. But I think you got good leadership here. You got smart people working on this. I think y'all should went back to the old one. That's better than this, because I don't want to have to hit another button and I get what they're doing. They want people to do 50-50 every day. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, yeah, I want to change my allocation. The problem I think with ArcFi is that I'm gonna be real. It's based around this. It's based around the vault, which the Power Rangers were good when they formed the Mega whatever it's called. I can't remember the name. Let me use cars. You know what I'm saying? Megatron. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Optimus Prime and y'all know what I'm trying to say. When they formed, you know what I'm saying? Like, in my opinion, to be good in DeFi, you got to have multiple good contracts within an ecosystem to make it work. From what we've seen, we haven't seen a single even though I have other facets here with the NFTs and other stuff, we haven't seen just a CD contract work into itself without, some extras added, and I'm not talking about tokenomics wise either. So it's just, it's cool what they're doing, but don't force people into the 50-50. It does make it easy for some people. I like to move it. I like to move the sliders. But anyway, but yeah, it allows you. I haven't withdrawn a lot, but it allows me to withdraw. Also, I'm still airdropping. Now you have to. This is what ArcFi has gotten wrong. I think they go live every day, which is what I like. I love that. They connected with the people like Stack Cash. We're gonna do the same thing. We are the people. You know what I'm saying? So literally, this is our project. But the one problem they have is you make people pay to promote this. I don't like that. It's no point to promoting if you're not going to get rewards for it. It's just you have to reward influencers. I shouldn't have to pay $1,000 to sell people on the contract. Does that make sense? Even though I can make all this extra money and all these extra compounds and all that good stuff if I were to do that. But who says I don't have 30 other contracts I'm talking about? Now we don't have that many, but you know what I'm trying to say. If I had to pay $30,000 just to promote, so I think that's a little flawed. I don't think y'all should interact that with something else. I think I think they're far apart from me on what they're doing with their NFTs. I love what they're doing with their vault, though. I love this math. Everything here is good. So, all right. And I'm gonna leave that there. Shout out to ArcFi. Good stuff. They're doing some. Listen, I talk about if they're doing good work. If you're coming up, that's who I highlight. So it is what it is. Any project in the DeFi space, I turn over a new leaf, y'all. Any project that's in the DeFi space has this opportunity to turn it around, right? It's just if they're willing to do that. And if they are, we'll be here. You know what I'm saying? We all positive. Y'all see that? We do this with a smile on our face. Hey, I got the fake smile. You know what I'm saying? What J. Cole said, guilt makes somebody feel fake when they smile. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. All right. Okay. Shout out to Drip for making they had a short little game, a short little pump, but we back and we got a situation now where Drip is kind of going back down. The issue I see with it is sell pressure, and it's little stuff that could have been done. And I think the leadership over here got a team of people, right? The leadership ain't I'm a dev. Anybody's a dev that can look at code, bro. It's not hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be real with you. You know what I'm saying? It's all open. A lot of it's open source. Like, those 2 hours of resource, anybody can be a dev, low key. But the key is how a dev connects to the people and the project. It doesn't matter what you can dev up, unless you want to work for traditional finance, and that's different. But even Forrest lost his best dev or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still around. So this project, again, is paying people that basically stuck by it, and it pays to have more. You can get as many wallets, and I think it's encouraged. So you can get as many wallets and do as much as you want with it. So like many projects, the rich are going to get richer, and that's what Stack Cash is different. We don't have that facet where the riches are going to keep getting richer. They have to continue to participate. Let me stop. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to give everything. Let me stop. Ain't no rich getting richer, though. And that's the problem with this. And the rich should be okay with still being rich, because once you get into the richer stage, it starts to hurt the bottom. And that's what I've seen here. But the fact that they went up, I got them highlighted today. Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? That's good that they came up. If whatever, as long as you're doing something for the people, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm behind. I did good today. I don't care what y'all say. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what they say about it. I did good today. Okay, Quaz say, okay, I got you, Quaz. I look forward to hearing from you, bro. Rock with me. Listen. Stack Cash, Money Crypto Movement, all those good things, This is also the link tree. Come check me out at the link tree. At the very top, I have the Stack Cash link tree. If you want to come check out Stack Cash, come and join the link, the Twitter, the Telegram, and the Discord. All that good stuff. Today, I changed it up. This is episode 1 of the DeFi Crypto Show. New beginnings. Like they said in, what was it? Cool New beginnings. So this is a new beginning. And I appreciate y'all rocking on this journey with me. We're going to talk more about general crypto, and general stuff in relation to crypto. And then we'll talk a little bit about DeFi at the end. That's how the flow is going to go. So I appreciate y'all rocking on with me this long. But today we talked about Coinbase, the new blockchain base that they're building on optimism. Shout out to them. And also we talked about Putin's address and what it means for crypto. So just a whole bunch of stuff that we talked about today, man. As always, man, y'all the MVPs, man. Should I hit that? Don't get out of here without hitting that like. Also, come check us out, the good folks out of the Muddy Crypto Movement out in the Telegram. All right. Y'all want to hear more? Stay tuned. Bing.